Atletico Bilbao, second leg. We are currently 3-0 up. This is a big game. However, they do have the Williams brothers out. One's a club legend, one's unbelievable in Nico. So I do think we are going to win this 2-1. I'm going to go with 2-1, undefeated in Europe. And I do think United fans are very paranoid about this match. However, Amorim's system does perform better in Europe against the other tempos. That's why I'm a little bit worried about Spurs in the final when we get there, because we're going to stay undefeated. Come on, United.
Yeah, so basically I think today it's going to be 1-1. I think it's going to be a close game, very tentative. What a good word. I think both teams will come out. I don't think there'll be any goals in the first half. I know this wasn't the prediction that you asked for. You just asked for the full-time score, but I think it'll be 0-0 first half, and then we'll score first. The second half, they'll get one back. But I think we'll have enough to get over the line. And yeah, I'd 100% be down to come to the preview next year.
Back again, Pima prediction against Bilbao, second leg at Old Trafford. United 3-0 up. I'm going for United win. And United go through. I'm going for 2-1 win. Yeah, up the way, up the Paddock.
Right, so Man United are going to win 2-1. Garnacho and Bruno Fernandes. Man United, come on!
Hi guys, I'm Justice from Lagos, Nigeria. I just want to use this medium to wish Manchester United a successful Europa League semi-final, and I'll be going with the scoreline prediction of 3-1 in favour of Manchester United. Yeah, 3-1 scoreline, and I hope we get through and we don't mess this opportunity up, and I hope we have a good end to the season. Thank you. Up the fucking Reds.
Hello, Stretford Paddock. I am Dan and I am from Manchester, and this is my Athletic Bilbao versus Man United score predictions. I think United will win 2-1 tonight. It'll be 5-1 on aggregate, and I'll be at the game tonight. I'm looking forward to it. As everyone, I'll be checking the live Tottenham Hotspur score as well. But yes, up the Paddock. I feel like United will get the job done. I do think Bilbao will score first though, and I just feel like they'll commit too many men forward, and United will just get the job done, punish them when they overcompensate by pushing too many men forward, and United, like I said, United will get the job done and win 2-1.
What's up, Paddock? This is Rob and Max coming all the way from New York, USA, with the score predictions. I am nervous, but I think we're going to pull it off. I think it'll be a 2-0 win with Højlund and Ahmad scoring. I hope I'm right.
I think it's going to be a 2-1 win. I'm going with a Højlund and a Bruno goal.
Come on, you Reds.
Come on, United.
Manchester United versus Athletic Club in the Europa League semi-final, and even though we've got that 3-0 cushion, to quote Kobe Bryant, the job's not finished. We need to get that first goal. It's going to be so important, and I don't think they're going to be as aggressive this time round without the crowd behind them and missing a lot of their frontline players. I think the press from the front in particular is going to be a little bit softer from them. I think we can turn it on them, use the Old Trafford crowd, be the aggressors, get that first goal and kill the tie off. I still think they'll get one back, but ultimately will win 2-1 and be in the final in Bilbao.
Hi lads, Europa League prediction. I'm going for a nice, comfortable, routine 2-0 win, because we have to have one of those at some point where it's just stress-free. So let's try and make it tonight. Hopefully.
Happy VE Day. Should be a good one tonight. We're kind of in a fortunate position where we can come away with a victory in Europe, going in with a 3-0 win, but I don't want to be too overly confident with this game because you never know what could happen, especially with this year's team. I'm hoping for an easy 2-0 win, and we can bring on some of the youngsters and get some debuts out to some of the kids.
Hello and welcome to Stretford Paddock. This is the Watchalong, Manchester United versus Athletic Club Bilbao in the semi-final. It's the second leg. But it's one of the worst possible games we can have. Do you know why, Scotty?
Not got a clue.
Because in everyone's heads, we've already won. Yeah. So all that can happen now is either the thing we all think will happen, or the worst night of our lives. They're
Is
the
that
only
not-
two
Is
options.
that not the thing that we think will happen?
That might be the thing that
Yeah.
that we think will happen. We've got Finn, obviously. Academy Scoop is here. How are you?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
You feeling good?
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty positive.
Confident?
Yes.
Ronaldo Brown's here as well. How are you?
I'm good. Do you know what? I've seen quite a few Bilbao fans today knocking
Yeah.
about town.
Yeah.
I actually did speak to a couple.
Did
Just
you?
thought yes, and they seem pretty confident that they're gonna go through.
Yeah.
Strangely enough, and then furthermore, so on Sky Sports, they're speaking to fans as well near Old Trafford, and for some reason they were quite confident about it as well, which has got me kind of concerned. Do you know what I mean? They've not just come for a day out. They believe, I think, off last week that they're good enough to somehow close the deficit, even without three of their best players.
We'll
not
get into
playing.
the teams, we'll get into all that. Scott is here as well. How are you, Scotty?
I'm very good. I've met different Bilbao fans to you then, because all the Bilbao fans I've seen, they've come for a day out and stuff, and were wishing me good luck in the final. Really, it was great being on the tram with them though. Lovely people.
Yeah, the tram was absolutely packed, wasn't it? I saw a few people going past. We were walking before to get some food, and there's a bloke stood just in the middle of the street down a little alleyway, and he went,
What did you get? Did you take
I didn't
up?
say anything
What
to
did you
him.
supply?
And I thought he was potentially going to ask me for some money, which would, fair enough, I might give him a bit of money. But instead he said, I'm an urban sphinx.
Oh.
And then I it completely threw me off guard, and then he went, do you like statues? And honestly, I just didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to do.
Did you say this was a Bilbao fan?
No, this was just a normal man.
Right,
but
okay.
out the corner of my eye, I could see the tram going past with the Bilbao fans in. But I was one of
Save me.
the most like weirdly spooked I've ever been in my life. What does that mean?
That he was taking liberties.
He was sent there to give you a message from a higher power.
I mean, we have had a new pope today, so
Yeah.
that's possible.
Yeah.
We've got some super chats in the comments. Get your thoughts in. We'll get the team news up in just a second as well. But before that, Michael Dyson never loses suction. Last night,
I knew that was coming.
I had a premonition. Sorry, not a promotion. I was going to say congratulations. Last night, I had a premonition that we will win. I told my girlfriend Helen, and while she was concerned that the Visions are back, she's happy that United win. That's great, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's really, and that's lovely to hear, Michael. And hopefully the Visions continue to be
Very
so positive.
understanding partner.
Yeah, very, very understanding. And Yelix or Yelix says, do you all feel sorry for Arsenal? No, not remotely. No. Ronnie, do you feel sorry for Arsenal? Well, surely
What kind of question's that? I don't know. I don't know.
English team in the European conquest, Ronaldo. Surely.
I don't know, man. There's a long list of English teams I would do that with before Arsenal.
That's quite an American thing. I've
Yeah.
seen a lot of it on social media from Americans who think that English fans should support other English teams in European competition. There's a bit of a culture barrier there.
Yeah.
I think.
Oh, in response to that, I'll say last night was one of the best nights I've had this year. That's
I love how much you hate Arsenal.
That is how much of a hater I am. I couldn't believe. I was actually quite concerned how much dopamine I got from that last night.
Really? Did it worry you a little bit?
Yeah.
Cause
Can I have that much hate in my heart?
Yeah, is that healthy to harbour?
Arsenal going out or United going through? What will be the biggest dopamine hit, do you reckon?
Yeah, it's got to be. We're already through. So United going through, obviously.
Don't say we're already through.
All
That's what
right.
worries me.
United going through is obviously the bigger dopamine hit, but for something that's not like a team that you support, seeing Arsenal crash out, because part of me did. You know what? This is how vindictive I was towards Arsenal. I was actually, part of me thought, would it be funnier if they actually got through and lost the final? Which would the pain be worse?
Yeah.
Or like, because part of me thought, could I stomach it if Arsenal got through and then lost the final on penalties or something?
That would be more brutal. But they can also say we got to a Champions League final last season.
So what?
They've done that before though.
Then they'll use it to like. Actually, that might keep Arteta in for a bit longer. That'd be
Yeah.
a good thing. We've got loads of super chats coming in already. Very exciting, very exciting night. Let's get into the team so we can let's get our base. Let's build our foundations here. So here's the team. We've got Onana in goal, Maguire, Lindelof and Yoro as the back three. Dorgu and Mazraoui as the wing backs with that little just midfield that Amrim has come to trust and rely on and love. And actually I think has been very functional, especially in the Europa League, of Casemiro and Ugarte. Then we've got Fernandes, of course, and I would say Garnacho and Højlund, of course, at this point as well. Kind of, I think, other than maybe would Luke Shaw start, or, you know, would we find a way to get Ahmad in for a start? I think we could have all predicted most of that team. Scotty, do you like it? Are you happy with it? Do you feel like it's good enough to get the job done?
It's the same 11, isn't it, from the previous week? And I'm pretty sure.
Think so?
Yeah. I think it's a strong team, and obviously with the players that Bilbao haven't brought over, we shouldn't have any problems tonight, I don't think. I think what I'd like to talk about is everyone's been mentioning Amorim this season in terms of the formation, but nobody's been talking about his development or improvement of Casemiro and players like Maguire. For all season, everyone's belted on about how they're past it. Maguire even further into the distance, but this was a season when Jamie Carragher was going on about how football had left him, and I think Casemiro, just what he's done while working with Amorim, has just been sensational, and Maguire likewise. So I think whilst fans are getting fixated on the formation and the strategies, I think that will come in time, but just purely from what managers getting out of players, it has been sensational in them too.
That's a good point, especially with Casemiro. I think, like you said, Jamie Carragher was basically telling him to retire on live TV over a year ago, and then now he's not back to his best by any means, but far better week in, week out than he was for the sort of 12 months before Amorim got here.
He's been pivotal to where we are now in the Europa League for me.
He was brilliant on in the first leg and against Lyon as well.
And I like how verbal Amorim has been about that process and his improvement, because he said, we didn't know how to use Casemiro, we didn't know how to get the best out of him. He, admitted to that flaw early on and said, this is what we changed, this is why it suits him, and everyone can see that he looks almost a different player. So there's a lot of transparency there and kind of open-mindedness from him that I really, really like. And even, obviously Bruno is Bruno and he'll always be fantastic, but even he's had a bit of a transition into a different style of midfielder where he's more mature, sits a little bit deeper, and I don't think we give Amorim enough credit for how many players do look improved under him, despite results not always going our way.
Yeah, the results one is weird, and when I watch us, and it worries me for tonight, when I watch the Brentford game, and basically all the Premier League games this season, teams don't have to do a lot to score against us and to win against us. I think Brentford played all right, but they didn't play that well that 4 goals was inevitable. I thought the same with Bournemouth. I feel like most times I watch us, Ronnie, the opposition doesn't really have to put in a great performance to score 2 or 3 goals. Does that concern you for tonight?
That does concern me. I will say I'm known for being a little more pessimistic than most, especially with Manchester United. I did feel like the third goal was really important. I did say this was 2-0 and Bilbao came to Old Trafford full strength. By no means I would have thought it would be outside the realms of possibility that Bilbao would come back, especially with what I've seen when Lyon had 10 men, etc. I know how our team reacts to a little bit of adversity. We can be a bit vulnerable. And I think we almost work better as underdogs. I think games like this actually are not suited to the team that we've been watching for the past few years, where we're expected to win and we've got the upper hand. I feel like that's almost when we do fall asleep. And we've seen that the team performances are not good enough to kind of be lax in any way, especially in Europe where you can be punished. Because the way it started, we could have easily been 1 or 2-0 down within the first 15 minutes then we came back into it, we scored, and we won a penalty to score again before they went down to 10. But I think the third goal, I just struggle to see how we can surely mess that up, especially now that they probably will turn up without much belief, probably a little bit, but almost flying abroad thinking, we've got a 3-goal deficit to kind of, and we don't have Nico Williams here, we don't have Inaki Williams here, we don't have Sunset here. It's kind of like, I think 1 goal, maybe if we get one within the half, we might kill it, but I'm pretty confident, but I just don't want to obviously jinx it.
Yeah, that is, how important do you think the injuries is, Finn? Because obviously, in terms of their players, it's some of their, high-scoring players this season, some of their best players, some, talisman, whatever you want to call it. Missing those 3 in particular, how much does that hurt them, help us?
Yeah, it's massive, but again, I think it will come down to more of a mentality thing. How will we respond to them being the obvious underdogs, given those important players being out? At the same time, they're a really well-drilled side, and under their system, it's quite easy for new players to drop in and do a job because they all know their roles and they know their positions. So I'm quite interested to see how we respond to that, because it will be a kind of mental game more than anything for me. Yeah. What I think is that I think it's more unlikely that we don't score at all than they score 3 goals or something. So I think they could maybe score a few goals and make it interesting, but I don't think we're gonna be unanswered in that. I think we will get 1 or 2 tonight, so
that would be
I'm
good.
confident.
Yeah, just on the top scorers thing, those 3 players are their 3 top scorers this season, which is obviously massive. And the 2 Williams brothers as well are 2nd and 3rd in terms of their most assists this season. So in terms of creation, they have lost a lot by not having those players there.
Yeah, just in pure output.
Yeah,
it's a big loss.
Exactly. That would be like us losing Bruno, and Bruno.
Yeah.
Our only 3 creators. Looking at that side, Scotty, is there anyone there that you think, I don't want to look too far ahead, but is playing for a place in the final? Is, you know, the likes of Hoyland, we don't know if maybe Xerxes will be back fit, or Maguire with, you know, some of our defenders coming back. Is there anyone you think put your name in there for playing in the final now?
For me personally, I think that would probably be the starting 11. Really, despite Hoyland's lack of goals, I think he's been improved when he's holding up the ball and bringing other players into play, despite him not finding the back of the net himself. But I think that's probably our strongest 11 at the moment. If Delit's fit, then I think he goes into that.
Yeah.
But no, maybe Ahmad if he comes on and has a decent cameo. But no, I think we've been improving week in week out in the Europa League, and for me the games in the league have been a pre-season as far as I'm concerned. The first 3 months was him tinkering around. We never knew week in week out what side Amorim was going to pick, who was going to play where. Mainoo was up front at one point. You know, he really was just like a kid in a sandpit, going like, right, well, what's the best thing here?
Yeah.
And I think after that it was just like, how do you raise players' mentality to win games when there's literally nothing on the line? There's no sort of element of risk, is there? Because we were never going to go down. That's why I've not been had the sort of panic button that a lot of fans have when you've seen the results or performances during the league. Next season, he hasn't got a grace period, but for here and now, I just think that see what you want to do, join Premier League and implement it in Europa.
Yeah, I agree. We've got quite a few super chats as well. Thank you for those. I'll get into some of the other comments as well. But in the super chat, Benjamin Matthias says, would you rather play Spurs or Bodo in the final? Ronaldo?
Bodo.
Why? Better chance of winning or less painful if we lose?
Both.
Yeah.
We've had a poor record recently against Spurs. Even though I still would have backed us against Spurs in the final, just off club pedigree. I just think in a final for a trophy, I don't back Spurs at all. I think if in a one-off game like that, compared to like when we faced them in the league, I'd back us every day of the week. But I think Bodo Glimt obviously are surely not as good. Obviously they've lost to them 3-1 already, and I'd back our chances against them. And even if we did lose, it'd probably be a little bit easier to stomach than losing to Spurs as well.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I feel the same. Yeah.
Jason McAvoy says, what time are Newcastle playing tonight, Ethan?
He's not here.
In brackets, RIP. I've screenshotted that comment and I've sent it to Ethan. I'll let you know what he says. Jeremy Young says, Sir Alex went in person for the hate watch to see Arsenal go out. Loved seeing that. It's nice, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'd be doing the same.
He never did like Arsenal, did he?
No. And he knew that
he had some proper rivalry.
I never for 1 second thought Arsenal were going to go through last night. I just
even after they started like a house on fire that first 10 minutes.
Didn't think they would. Didn't think they'd win. I just thought whatever happens, somehow PSG will go through.
I was at the start of the tie. I thought Arsenal had equal chance to go through PSG. I thought it was a toss up.
Yeah.
After PSG won the first leg 1-0 at the Emirates, I thought it was a tough ask. Just off the basis of you going away at the Park of the Princes 1-0 down against a team that has like 4 or 5 elite attackers where you're chasing the game. I thought all it took was PSG to catch them out with their quality on the counter and their pressing, and then that's it. Game's over.
So when I saw Dembele wasn't playing, I thought Arsenal have got a 5% better chance now because of how good he is in that situation. But even then, I don't feel like I think Martinelli is just not good enough as a player at that level, and I think with no striker on the pitch and Martinelli playing, I don't feel like Arsenal have a consistent enough way to make chances other than give it to Saka or shots from the edge of the box.
Because everyone does that Pedro, Neto, Martinelli, Garnacho comparison, saying there's the similar style of players.
Yeah.
And obviously they both have the 3 worst dribble win success rate in the league or whole score. But I've always believed this anyway, and I think it is confirmed that Garnacho is better than Martinelli though.
Yeah, definitely.
Because he's got a lot more. He's got a lot more variety to his play style.
Martinelli
and the way he plays.
is so limited. Garnacho has his limitations, obviously, but Martinelli is just so.
It's funny when we do criticize Garnacho and that, and people we do often. A lot of people have been saying for 2 years now that he has similarities to Martinelli, But I think Garnacho has more variety to his game. He has a bit more to his game than
he's
Martinelli. And he's younger than him.
So he's got time to improve.
I think it's just also the fact that I've never ever rated Martinelli at all. I don't rate him at all.
I just think wingers that can't dribble is just a footballing ick.
Yeah.
Head down, staring at the grass.
Yeah. Too many times where you watch him and he needs to do something good and he gets it just wrong.
Yeah.
Like just slightly, he's just slightly wrong. Or I don't know, he's just not good enough, is he? Suvik Bhattacharya says, imagine we win the Europa League but next year finish 10th. We win the Champions League followed by winning the Club World Cup. So we'll be shite but officially the best team in the world. Lol. That'd be great. I'd love to win the Champions League having not finished inside the top 4 for 3
I would
years.
love to win the Champions League as well.
Yeah.
On balance.
Actually, that would probably be the best bit, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Not the old outside the top 4.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I know this is going to sound very isn't it great being a United fan? But we don't know what it's like to win the Champions League people who are 60 years old do, and not win the league the same season. Because obviously in 99 and 08, we were the best team in England and the best team in Europe. I wonder if there is like a slight emptiness inside winning the Champions League but knowing you're 20 points off City in the league, or whether it feels just
like
as
that
good.
Chelsea win.
I don't know. I wonder.
Personally, I think it may improve the intensity. I think so as well, because you feel it. Your base level's even lower, isn't it? If you've lost the league and then 2 weeks later you can go on and win the Champions League, European trophies. Like if we win the Europa League, it's better than winning the Premier League this season.
Do you think?
I think if you asked,
you're so close to just keeping that laughing. That would have been great.
The thing is, most players, I think, would, if you gave them the choice of one or the other, they would pick the Champions League to win over the Premier League.
Yeah, they would.
I think most players would, especially if they haven't won one before.
It's the pinnacle of club football.
Well, there you go then. I think most players, you're right. What about someone like Bruno Fernandes? In his situation at Man United right now, which do you think he would rather win?
The Champions League.
Yeah, I still think the
Champions League above all.
Do you think?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Kings of Europe.
I know, but
not
what
just
it would
the kings
be
of
for
England.
his legacy as a United player
It's
to
like-
take them back to the top of the Premier League.
It's like someone saying
it's
like someone saying I'd rather be the king of England rather than the king of the world.
No, but that doesn't. The problem with that is that's like if you were the king of the world, but as soon as you set foot on English soil, you and all your men got captured and put in prison because there is an actual king of England that is better than you. But that's the problem, isn't it? If you're the king of the world, you can go anywhere and you're the king. But if you win the Champions League, there is a team 20, probably in our case, 3 miles across town that has got 20 points more than us this season. It's hard to go all out with you like we're the best. Whereas if you're the best team in England, no one in England can say they're better than you.
But why haven't you won the Champions League?
Because there's another team in Europe better than us.
Yeah, but you beat those teams and you win the Champions League.
Yeah, I don't know. I would.
The thing is, the thing is, we know every player that started or was in the squad in all of our Champions League wins, at least the ones in our modern history. You can't remember every player that played for each team in the Premier League wins. It's such a rare thing to win the Champions League. We've won 3 in our history.
I'm not saying
You know
it's
what I mean?
easier, or I just think. I don't know. I think being the best team over all of those weeks.
I think it's
Real
harder to win
Madrid
the Premier League, but most players would rather win a Champions League.
Yeah, I think I agree that most players would probably rather win the Champions League. If I could pick United to win one or the other next season, I'd pick the Premier League 10 times out of 10.
I think legacy-wise, is it?
That's what I'm thinking with Bruno. You took United to be back to being the best again. You can win the Champions League without being the best team in either your own country or in Europe. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't win the Premier League without being the best team in your own country.
Chelsea won a couple
think
of
you
times
can.
without being the best
they weren't
team
the
in
best
Europe.
team in Europe or the best team in England.
I think Chelsea.
Still great.
I think Chelsea won the Champions League, finishing 6th in the league.
Yeah, I think both times won it.
No.
Where were they in?
Where did they finish when they beat Bayern in the final?
4th.
Drogba header. This is a bit too far back for. This is what.
No,
Finn's the
they
only
were sixth
person
in
that comes
2012, weren't they?
on. Finn's the only person that comes on here and makes me feel old. Because what year was that?
2012.
2012.
7.
Yeah.
I think they finished 6th.
That was that Di Matteo.
Did a Drogba header?
Where did they finish under Tuchel?
4th or 5th, yeah. I'm almost certain it was 6th. Sorry, let me just find this
You're
league
what?
table.
You're on
Yeah,
19,
Chelsea
19.
finished 6th and won the Champions League. I'd rather win the Premier League than that, personally. Anyway, BPM acid phase. Brilliant.
What a name.
Says Arsenal crashing out and seeing the head losses, just glorious. Seeing Spurs and United on a final has them fuming. We're not there yet. Everyone, this is what I mean. Tonight is a night where you're either underwhelmed or fucked for the rest of our lives. That worries me. Do you know what I mean? Because this is going to be one of the worst nights in on the pitch history. Certainly in my lifetime. If we blow a 3-0 first leg fucking lead and let fucking Tottenham win a trophy as well.
How quickly did the goals come at Lyon from first goal to fourth?
I think their first goal was like the 60th minute and their fourth goal was the 99th or something. Let me have a look.
So that's how quick it can happen.
Yeah.
I was feeling really confident before I came in here. I'll be honest.
So was I. Sorry.
Yeah, Joe, you're usually
71st and 109. So what's that? 40 minutes. 4-0.
10 goals a minute. I mean, one goal.
What happened to
10
you,
goals a
Joe?
minute. Fantastic.
Because we can lose 3-1 today and still go through. That's the thing.
That is the thing. But if we are 3-1 down at any point, they will get a fourth. That's my worry with this team. The 2 goals will happen in the blink of an eye. If they get within 2 goals of us, and with like 10 minutes to go and they're putting the pressure on and they get one, that second one just will appear whether we like it or not.
Our bench is strong enough though.
The bench is strong. I'm not saying I think we're not going to win. I think we will.
Got Mainu on the bench.
My worry is all this
Ahmad
United
man.
in the final and
I'd
see you in
honestly say
Bilbao and all
Mental will
that.
form out.
Does no one else have any bit of fear of anything?
I'm actually really confident.
Oh yeah,
about it. Yeah.
comfortable. You're comfortable.
not now.
Sorry.
Taking it all out like a Dyson.
No, Miguel Garcia. I know we don't have money, but man, did we miss out on Neves? He looks very good, doesn't he, at PSG?
People use Neves as a stick to beat Ugarte with as well.
Yeah.
I don't.
That's the narrative, isn't it? We funded their move
because they couldn't sign João Neves until they got the deal for Ugarte finished. That was the storyline with Romano, and then as soon as that the transfer dropped.
So do we get a percentage of their Champions League win if they get it?
I hope so.
Yeah, I think that's how it
I think
works.
we get a tenth of it or whatever.
Yeah.
I'll take it. A team has never won the first leg 3-0 and not progressed in the Europa League.
Records are
Enter
there to be
Manchester
broken.
United, according to Joshua Boa. I think we're going to go through.
You've jinxed it, Joe.
Just to clarify. No, I'm doing the opposite of jinxing it. I'm saying let's not say we're already through. That isn't jinxing it. You're jinxing it.
You're the jinx god.
Write that down. I'm the Sphinx god earlier today.
Do you like statues?
Wait, are you?
No, that guy who said, I am an urban sphinx, do you like statues? I've genuinely never been a street and my response, because I didn't know what to say.
You said that term very loosely, man.
Because he was expecting...
No pun intended.
Yeah, sorry. Sphinx and a sphincter isn't the same thing, you do know that.
Sphinx is like the
A sphinx
Egyptian.
is one of those lines that's outside the pyramids. I didn't say, I am the sphincter god.
Maybe he didn't. That probably make more sense.
You might have misheard him.
Maybe he said, I am the urban sphincter.
That makes more sense.
What
You'd expect
name.
that rather than
That's better than
Sphinx.
like calling it a glory hole, though, isn't it? Just an urban sphincter. I like that name. Jav says, lose 4-0 tonight or lose to Spurs in the final. This is it. This is the campfire talk I've been up for. Go on, Finn.
4-0 tonight.
Really?
Yeah. Because then it's not the domestic shame. It's like...
Domestic shame.
Yeah.
Ronnie, what would you rather choose?
I don't know if I don't know if my heart could take a remontada tonight.
Remontada.
There's a reason why.
I love that word.
There's a reason why I've got. Wait, where is it? It was in my pocket. I had ibuprofen.
What for?
Just in case of any pain.
Little minor headache. Have you just got one as well?
500 milligrams.
I've got more than one.
Just a classic 500
You don't have to go
milligrams.
around.
What would you rather have?
I
Lose
know
4-0 tonight.
4-0. I couldn't go to. I couldn't see us getting beat by Spurs in the final. That'd be the worst. Just because of everything that I could probably take getting beat in a European Cup final by any other English team bar Spurs. Just
Spurs is probably the worst one, isn't it? It's probably actually worse than like Liverpool or City, because at least if you lose to them, it hurts more from a rival perspective. But I think you can at least justify it a little bit on a footballing perspective.
Ange's second season trophy thing scares me.
Yeah,
he's put that out there.
I know.
And, fair play. Did you see the Bodo Glimt fans, what they did at the early hours this morning?
Yes,
setting fireworks off. That was fantastic.
Oldest trick in the book.
That was good. Speaking of Ange, what do we make of Barca playing Ange ball against Inter and getting knocked out the other day? One of the best games I've ever seen. But it was Ange versus Chelsea, wasn't it?
That's the thing. They play like we'll score more than you.
Yeah. But you can do that when you've got world-class attackers.
Yeah.
But it's stupid to try and do that if you're Spurs and you don't have that world-class personnel at your disposal.
Yeah.
I think Flick is justified in doing it because he has the players that can execute that at the highest level. Obviously, it didn't work out for them, but there needs to be a balance as well.
It is. I think everyone's talked about how leaky Inter Milan's defence was. I just thought the way Barca attack with their personnel, I just think they put so much stress on any defence in world
There's a reason
football.
they scored 160 goals.
I think your defence.
I thought that was a mistake.
I think your defence will look dodgy against this Barca team, which is probably one of the best attacking teams we've seen in decades. Actually, legitimately, especially based on numbers. And it's mostly and that's why they made Inter look so ordinary defensively when Inter are usually good, because how you see, like how you get one counter against Barcelona and you're almost in on goal. That's the reason why it's hard to defend against them, because you set up in your defensive shape, and then you've got like 8 players on the last line of you. They basically just throw everyone forward. They attack from minute 1 like they're 1-0 down with 2 minutes to go in a cup tie. Do you know what I mean? So it's
Newmar's a phenomenal player. He loves doing the Mo Salah cross though. Do you know where he just like gently just floats it into the box like 15 times, and eventually someone just gets on the end of it.
He's incredible.
He is incredible. Yeah, he is.
Should we do the whole "is he the best teenager we've ever seen" debate?
It was the best under 18 because you had like the options in that was obviously Pele, R9, Wayne Rooney, and
what was Pele like, Scotty, at that age?
Well, we were in the
People
same
said Michael
school
Owen. People said Michael Owen as well.
You shit.
Oh dear.
I'll tell you what R9 was like though. Didn't R9's bagged something like 54 goals in 56 games in his first
Is he
season
the youngest
at
ever
17?
Ballon d'Or winner?
Was it PSV?
Yeah, he won it at like 19.
19, I think, yeah.
I think it is probably.
But Ronaldo's stats when he was young was
he was 21 when he won it.
How old was Owen
with
when he
Barca?
won his first?
I think Owen was similar.
I just can't discuss
was
Michael
22.
Owen in the same breath as them players. Though.
Yeah.
No, it was an odd off year, that wasn't it? He was a
I
great
can't
player.
remember,
but there was United won a treble 2 years before, and then all of a sudden Michael Owen, with
Yeah.
17 league goals, won the Ballon d'Or, whatever it was. Very interesting indeed. Oh, we've got a few more super chats. Very nice, thank you. Ocean Music says, if we get Spurs, it's done. Now we've got to unjinx the final. We're not even there yet. Come on, United and Bodo.
No, I think Spurs go out tonight.
Do you?
Yeah.
How does that play out, do you think?
They're Spurs.
Love to hear it. It would be great that.
If Bodo get like an early goal, their arses will go.
I've looked at their record at home in the last like 8 or 9 games. They've won every game. One of those is against Lazio and Besiktas and some good teams in there. And it's Spurs.
Yes, Finn.
They can't clinch their sphincter when things get tough.
Brilliant. Happy says, great to see you, lads, like always.
I was about to say when things get hard, but that would not have worked.
That would have been better. That would have been good. Miguel Garcia says, Joe, we're playing at home. We ain't losing. Is that right? I feel like that's the opposite of how United play.
Yeah, at the moment, yeah.
Got loot with a super chat. Hoyland hat-trick tonight. Come on, United. See, there is a chance that United win this game and look the better team.
I actually think we will win comfortably. Yeah.
I think if we get the first goal, I think it's done.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that at that point, we may well see, they might even, again, I'm very much getting ahead of myself, but I don't know, rest players or whatever. If it gets out of hand, because they've got a Champions League to fight for. They've got Real Betis right up there.
Yep.
Sphinx. Who have been like one of the most formed teams in La Liga, and they kind of need to hold on to that. I think it's top 5 that's going to get it in La Liga, isn't it? So, yeah, we'll have to see. Fruce Lee Beats. If we manage to lose tonight, it would be worse for Amorim than losing the final. Interesting point. I just think losing to Spurs in the final. I actually think, from how I've seen people talk about a potential United Spurs final, that if he lost that, he might even get sacked. Because genuinely, no one has even uttered the idea that we might lose to Spurs in the final.
Yeah.
Everyone just thinks if we get Spurs, we've won. If we don't, I think it would be utterly terrible for Emery.
I don't even want to think about that.
Yeah.
That is like just the worst case scenario imaginable.
Yeah. People,
I don't know how you like.
Even people in the chat saying that they can't believe it or whatever.
It'd be worse for Amarin if we were to lose to Spurs rather than lose the game to go out tonight.
Yeah,
I disagree with that. I just think there's more evidence. It's another game that under his belt. If we've got to a final, and you've got the context about how we might get beat if we were to get beat by Spurs. But I think anyone clamouring for Amarin's head, should we not come back with the Europa League, is just off their nut.
Yeah. Apologies, there's a bit of a spam artist in the chat. I think if you have a look, you can change some of the block words and stuff in the comments. Okay. Copy and paste some of what he's putting in and put it as a block word so they can't keep posting it. It's just someone putting the links in, but with loads of different accounts even after they get banned, which in a way I respect.
It's quite
so
smart,
well
actually,
done. Joel says, "Congrats, Scott, with your Player of the Month." Is he suggesting you look like? Is it Bruno? Player of the Month?
I have no idea.
Marco Silva.
Marco Silva. Who do you think you look like in football? Have you heard any?
I usually get Juan Mata.
Oh yeah,
I see
can
that.
see a little bit of Juan Mata.
Yeah, and somebody else. I don't know.
Who do you get, Ronaldo?
What? Not anymore, but I used to get Victor Moses.
Let me see. I don't see that at all.
When I had cornrows.
Oh, okay, it's just a hair thing.
I think I've had Victor Moses, Cameron Jerome, Hugo Rodallega.
Really?
Just anyone with melanin and hair, basically.
That's all it takes.
Yeah.
Who have you had?
It's always McTominay and Ji-Sung Park.
As I was asking
If you collided them together, all that is that.
I forgot about that. That went a little bit viral.
There was edits made and everything.
Sorry, Tom. But to be fair,
What about you?
Both.
Jonathan Greening.
Samaras.
Jonathan Greening.
I don't get Greening. I get Samaras. I think he looks like Freddie Mercury. Samaras.
Who's the centre half? Jonathan Greening. Or
Jonathan Greening more.
Fucking hell.
Who's the centre half that played for Middlesbrough?
Woodgate.
What about
Woodgate.
Daniel Farke?
Fucking come off it.
You chose the worst, but at least get him when he
When he had hair
when
like
he had beard.
you.
Same hair, yeah, same hair. Same hair and
Farke.
face, actually.
Woodgate.
Daniel Farke.
How are we spelling that?
Woodgate's the one.
Farke.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the Leeds manager?
Yeah.
No.
Woodgate.
It is Daniel, isn't it? Have I made
it's
that up?
Daniel.
Yeah. He's a little bit round.
Let's have a look.
Joe Allen I get occasionally, yeah. But again, it's just hair. I think
Yeah.
when yours run, it's just hair. I don't look like that.
No, maybe I've
Fuck that.
So get Woodgate one as the last one.
I was like an East End version of you.
Yeah. Jonathan Woodgate. Long hairs. Interesting. There.
No.
Maybe if he had a beard. Oh God.
Jan Sommer.
Rory Tell says there's just long hair at this point, isn't it? Rory Tell says watching Ugarte after Champions League midfielders is brutal. We haven't even watched him yet after that. Also, you can compare him to half the Arsenal team yesterday. What's happened to Odegaard? He had that ankle injury and he's been shit for like 12 months ever since.
Well, Arsenal fans think he has an eating disorder.
No,
That's the current speculation.
No, it's
At
not.
the moment, or some form of terminal illness. That's the.
I saw that.
That's Arsenal
rumour.
fans saying that.
Just one.
Why are you
but-
surprised that they've come out with something like that as a theory?
I seen
Do you
them.
know what I mean?
I'm just throwing it out there, but have you noticed? And all like people picking up on symptoms that don't exist. It's bizarre.
That's really, really good.
What did they say? They were like, I think back to Chadwick Boseman. And fuck. And they were like, maybe we should calm down on criticising him because you never know what's happening in the.
So he's so shit, he must be dying.
He must be terminally.
just
That's
hoping.
absolutely crazy.
I think what happened was, I think the team got to a level that kind of surpassed him for one. But also
he was better than this before that injury. He was. I watched him be better than this. At the minute, like yesterday, there was a time he did a nice little dribble. He's inside the edge of the 18-yard box, and he doesn't even look like shooting whatsoever. And you think you've got to hit it from there. Like he looks like he's lost confidence in himself. I don't know what's happened with him, but long may it continue. Joe Robotham says Joe looks like Sydney Raz guy. There's something here. What? Joe looks like that Sydney Raz guy. I don't know who that is. We'll look at
Sydney
him.
Raz.
The here's something I wish I knew before my 30s guy. Sydney Raz. Let's have a look at this.
Made that sound like a paragraph.
Yeah, a bit. It's not great though, is it? It's not.
You better look in the name, Joe.
It's not an ace lookalike, is it?
Might as well have got Nick Wright from First Things First if you're going to do that.
Yeah. You know what? Thanks, Dave. Thanks for being a member.
I think Nick Wright from First Things Worst would be harsh.
I don't want to. I'm not even looking now. John Bolt. Great name. I got added on LinkedIn earlier. Actually, I don't know if I should say this person's name.
Why on LinkedIn? You trying to leave?
No, I just have it. Can I say someone's name in public? Do you think their name was so? It's the best name I've ever heard in my life.
Why is the name sacred?
Tommy Gentleman. That is fucking brilliant, isn't it?
It's a proper like Peaky Blinders.
The name's Gentleman. Tommy Gentleman.
What industry?
I didn't look.
Oh.
But that's fantastic, isn't it? You're not going to beat
Gentleman.
that. We've got a couple of super chats. Half Irish Dan says, "Now who's the one holding the chair in the air?" Wait, I may have read that with the wrong inflection. Now who's the one holding the chair in the air? That sounds like the teachers come in after going out for a cig break, doesn't it? And they've seen something through the window. I lifted a chair up when we beat Leon. I don't know if I assume it's in reference to that. Discombobulate says the audacity of the Gooners to rate Odegaard above Bruno after one decent season. That's crazy work. That's what people do, innit? Especially the Arsenal fans. That's what we do. We've got a few quotes from the manager before we get into some score predictions. So plan your score predictions in your head, and then we're going to go through them in a minute.
I was going to say, can you put the?
Can we get a bit of buildage on, please?
I wanted to see their team.
Oh yeah, we'll do all of that.
Them.
We'll get some quotes from Amram. We'll get to opposition team. We'll get a bit of build up, and we'll get some score predictions. Amram has said, if possible, we want to change the beginning of the game tonight.
Yeah, Diallo.
Last week it was tough on us. Sorry, you just interrupting Ruben. I mean, that's all. It's not me. I'm not offended. He's offended. We know better in this moment, and we are prepared for that. I expect a good environment this time in our favour, but we really need to be focused. Anything can happen, and we have to be ready for that. He also spoke about the Williams brothers being out for Athletic. He said that I think it's always hard. I don't want my team thinking about that. They're two players scoring and assisting, as we said before, in many games for the opponent. We know that, but we don't care who's on the pitch. We have to understand the new players in their positions, of course, but we focus on ourselves. You two are chatting there about the Bilbao side. What have you seen? What do you like? What are you afraid of?
The number 11, Alvaro Diallo, supposed to be a good player. I can't say I've watched him much, but
he came on and he looked better than Nico Williams last week. I don't know, which was a strange one because I don't know if he got sacked out, Nico, but
yeah, it might have been the occasion.
Played within himself, but I thought Inaki was the better Williams brother.
Yeah.
But outside of that, I thought that Berenguer started really, really well last week, and then when they had a man sent off, he was sacrificed.
Yeah,
which obviously helped us. But sorry, Game of Thrones.
I love that you've been watching Game of Thrones recently.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was sacrificed. Nathan Storley with a £1 super chat. Thank you very much. Poopy Snoopy, Hoyland hat-trick and Arsenal are shite. Well, one of those things has already come true.
Yeah.
Now can Hoyland get a hat-trick?
That's the second person that's predicted a Hoyland hat-trick tonight.
It is actually. I'd love him to get a.
Do you know what that means?
What's happening?
Scoring a hat-trick.
Means he won't score.
Big bold prediction there. I'll start with you.
Yes.
Talk me through the game. Lay it out for me. How's it going to go? What's the scoreline going to be?
I think it's so important that we start well, get an early goal, and I think that's what's going to happen. Yes. I think they have a goal in there somewhere, just because there's bound to be a little bit of intrigue. I'm thinking 2-1 United. I think we'll score first, they'll get one back, and then we'll finish it second half.
Great, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
That'd be really good. I get somebody. Go on.
Sorry. Going to see some debuts. That's my hope.
I want to talk to you about a couple of those plays before the game begins as well. Steve Doyle says 3-0 United, 4-3 Bodo, so that put Tottenham through. United win the final, and we can all pretend we aren't shite for the summer. It would change massively, I think, the optimism and just the feeling around the club in general, wouldn't it? Ronaldo, how's this game going to go today?
I feel like it's going to be like a 2-2 draw.
Yeah.
And then we go through, obviously, still like 5-2 in aggregate.
Yeah.
But I think 2-2. I think goal scorers will be Bruno Fernandes and one of Garnacho or Ahmad off the bench.
Interesting. Scotty?
I'm hoping for 3-0 again, really. I think, given the first 20 minutes that Bilbao put out last week, the intensity was there, but because they haven't got anything to play for, I don't think, in this game, I think they've pretty much written it off like we have written off the Premier League, so I don't think they'll come with the same sort of intensity. If United score one goal, and I just think that it could open the floodgates. And I think it's important for United to get a good result to go into the final, because we're going to have league games off the back of this where Amorim is going to drop players.
Yeah.
And the results aren't going to come. So you need to sort of set that marker down as a sort of token of, like, you know, this is us at our best. To sort of counterbalance the sort of, you know, nonsense that will go on where we drop points against the league. I think it'll be 3-0. Maybe, I don't know if Hoyland will get on the score sheet, but I'd like to see Ahmad come off the bench.
Yeah. Me too. That would be very good. My 21st birthday is the 21st. Last time I had a final. Last time I had a what? My birthday. Oh, Miss Dazed One says, my birthday is the 21st. Last time I had a final, it was 2008. Come on, United. Great channel, lads. Thank you very much. That's good, isn't it? Adam McCullough occasionally has an FA Cup final last end of the season birthday, because his birthday's around the end of May as well. That'd be quite good, that.
When is the final going to be? The 20th?
21st. Wednesday the 21st.
Okay.
If we get through and Spurs get through, do you think all Arsenal fans just get rid of their TVs that day?
Yeah. You just can't.
I've seen Arsenal fans say that they'd root for United in that final.
Yeah, I would. If it was Liverpool Arsenal, I'd root for Arsenal.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Or even City Arsenal, I'd root for Arsenal. You know, it's that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just the fact that obviously it very likely could be a United Spurs final, and then it could also be, obviously, Chelsea will be in a Conference League final.
Yeah.
And it could just be like Arsenal having every single one of their rivals pretty much.
Yeah.
City in FA Cup final. Just it could be a long summer for them.
Rough stuff.
Trophyless.
Producer Ben watched Liverpool lose to Real Madrid in the Champions League final on his birthday. That's nice,
quite a good birthday present,
that's
isn't
very,
it?
very good stuff. I think the best game I don't even know. On my birthday, United probably had a pre-season game in Michigan at some point, which I can't remember. My prediction, I'm going to say 2-1 Bilbao. I think they'll win, but I think we'll go through, personally. Just got to either us get the early goal or there be no early goal. If they get an early one, that's how this can sort of unravel a little bit. Because I can imagine they get an early goal, we sort of rally but don't score, the game sort of settles down again, and then on the 80th minute they get another one, and then those last 10 minutes are just going to be a fucking nightmare. So we need to make sure that we
don't want any squeaky bum moments in it.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Ewan Harris says the 9-0 against Southampton was on my birthday. That's pretty good.
My birthday's tomorrow, so hopefully we get a nice comfy win today.
Let's
celebrate tomorrow.
Happy birthday in advance.
Thank you.
Do you want to share your age or no?
I'm turning 20.
Oh my god.
Teen years over with.
What a beautiful decade to come. One of the greats.
The 20s.
They say it's moved to the 30s now, haven't they?
Oh really?
That's what they say to people.
It's all the olive oil everyone's having.
Yeah, you've been guzzling a lot of olive oil recently.
I thought we weren't using that word.
You're not using it. I'm using it.
You can use it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been consuming plenty
Very
of
good.
olive oil. Yeah.
Before I went, I've got a new hack. I've been guzzling loads of olive oil. Made me feel
well, it's why the Italians
sick.
live so long.
Yeah, it is.
How are you affording olive oil?
A little birthday present to myself.
Fair play to you. Nice.
2 gallons of olive oil to last you through the year.
Yes, at home.
Hey, listen, Finn's...
Yeah, you got a big bowl of it like that guy on Instagram.
Use a
putting
straw.
your face in it.
No, just like... No, go on.
Finn is the Academy Scoop. He's probably... you can afford it, olive oil now.
That's why they pay big bucks.
Yeah. That's the
sponsored by...
I bet you're getting that cold press shit as well, aren't you?
It's extra
that
virgin.
stuff that's spicy in the back of the throat.
Yeah.
Unbelievable stuff.
It's in a big tin jar thing.
Is it?
Yeah.
Dange says... Look, Joe looks like a redneck character from GTA 6. Right,
you do.
Permaban, please. Ben. We'll write your name down if I see you in this chat again.
How does he know that when the game's not out?
Yeah, it's only been a trailer. They might not be a redneck. They might just be someone that likes being out in the, reeds or whatever it is. Yeah, make him a mod for that. Thank you. Good idea. Nick Tannehill says, Joe, thoughts on PSG calling Saka a Timu Anthony? It's all good, isn't it? In love and war and semi-finals.
The fake tifo they had.
Yeah, that was great, wasn't it? I wish it was real. United have got a little tifo tonight.
Yeah.
Second one in 2 ties. What do you make of the tifo, Scott? You've been watching Man United for a long time. Do you like this little bit of curtain that we hang from?
Yeah, I like the idea behind it, and I'm all for a bit more decoration. I think what's different when it's done in Italy, when it's originated from, it's very much fan-led. This seems to be a bit of a, not to sound all misery ass, but a bit corporate around it.
Yeah.
I like people who paint stuff on bed sheets and, you know, a bit of home stuff, you know?
Yeah, I like that.
But it looks good. It does look class.
Do you like him, Ronnie?
Yes.
Thanks. Finn?
Yeah. No, I'm a fan. I think one of the things that English teams in general aren't great at is creating hostile environments in European competitions. I think European teams do it better. And so maybe not United. I think United would always be able to create.
Also,
a
part of that is the rules and the law around.
Yeah, true.
You know, what you can bring into games, what is served at games, all that stuff. But yeah, I do agree with you. You never see those, you know, smoke-filled, flare-filled,
where you actually can't
just
see any
carnage ends like you do in European.
Yeah, I saw a Vespa being drove around the San Siro.
That's what we want on Old Trafford.
How do you get that into the ground?
So we're checking your pocket. Just a fucking motorbike in your trouser leg. It's just a
birthmark.
Yeah, it's a Lime bike here, isn't it? Doesn't quite have the same level of fear, does it? We've got 5 minutes till kickoff. I'm very nervous, actually. Yeah, a little bit. I just want to see how the first 10 minutes looks. If we look like a good team and we look decent, I think we'll be all right.
I think we will perform worse than we did in the first leg.
Is that because it will be 11v11?
Partly that, and I think they'll just be more tuned in to you know what to expect from us, and but I'm still sticking with my win. Yeah, but I think it will be a little bit ugly at times.
Go on.
Oh, I was gonna say the Bilbao's performance could go one of two ways. It could be they think they're already out, so that they play a little bit half-hearted and just go through the motions a little bit, but they could also play really free. Yeah, because they're not expected to go through, and they could end up playing really, really well. So
I think they'll probably play well. Personally, there we go. Say, take me home, United.
Is it the same font?
Yeah, we've got ourselves a font.
Yeah.
Is it a picture of? Who is it a picture of? That's last.
Is
that this season's?
Is that yeah.
There you go.
I always wonder how things like that are made.
Yeah. It's got to be an aircraft hangar,
some
hasn't
big
it?
Warehouse, yeah.
And then what? Like it's hand done or what? Or is it?
I don't know. Yeah, because is that being? No, it must be in pieces through some big printer, stitched together.
Yeah, I guess
something like that.
Yeah.
What do you reckon?
Yeah, no, that's how they do it.
I have no.
I'm not.
They have a production line of like.
I'm not a huge fan. I don't think it's bad. I don't like. Oh, what we're doing that for? It doesn't. I'm just neutral on it. It doesn't give me like a go. I just
think
feel like
it's a bit of an uninspiring design.
Yeah,
if the design was
maybe
better,
if it was better. Like, you know the ones where it's like the binoculars and all that.
Like it's not intimidating. That.
No,
it's like
it looks like a sort of pre-match Twitter graphic rather than like a threatening or.
Yeah, it's not intimidating like Finn was saying. They do on the continent. It's probably football's tifo equivalent of love, lift, laugh.
Yeah, it is a little bit. It is a bit. I'm not human before I've had my coffee. Yeah, it's a little bit of that. John Bolt with a super chat says, any chance, Joe, of reading my previous super chat, please? No, I'm only joking. Sorry about that, I missed that. John Bolt says, heading to Manchester for the final. Any thoughts on where is good to watch it live, pub-wise?
I thought, I was going to say the final was not in Manchester.
No, of course. In terms of pubs to watch the game, it depends. The thing is, with this as well, there'll probably be a fair number of like watch party things happening.
There will be screens.
There'll be screenings. There'll be watch parties. So it might be worth going to one of them. Obviously, the Nag's Head is a classic United pub. There'll be there's Box Park. There'll be all sorts going on. So keep an eye out for like on the night events if we get there, obviously. But yeah, there'll be there's loads. There's there isn't one in particular where I go you have to watch it there. But you know,
do you like them places though than Box Park? Because
no. I like it as a neutral.
As a neutral's all right, but if you're invested in the match, I mean, it doesn't reek of like these are proper fans.
No, that's true. Yeah. the place you really want to watch it is your local pub that happens to have a load of United fans in that you know.
Yeah.
But that's not a recommendation we can give really. Yeah, try the Nag's Head though, because that's
Get some beers in and watch it on Stretford Paddock.
Yeah, exactly. Come to Manchester, stay in your hotel room and watch it on your phone.
Yeah,
that's what I'd recommend, with loads of beers and just get shit faced and sad. Right, we're kicking off in 3 minutes. Can we hear the beautiful Europa League music, please? See, look, we've got another little Tifo flag thing as well. Loads of scarves in there. There is a touch of the sort of ultra / atmosphere boost thing going on. Look at that bit of smoke coming out.
Yeah.
Look at that.
But the club have arranged that. Do you not think it's a little bit different?
Yeah, it is a bit different, isn't it?
It feels. Do you think it's a bit
forced?
It's just a bit forced.
Yeah.
It's like Keith and Denton have gone down with fireworks. I hasn't let one off.
No, you're not allowed in with them. Yeah. I like it though. It's nice. It's a nice sort of atmosphere, and it probably gets everyone in the ground G'd up a little bit, which is that does help things.
It looks. If
I was there now, I'd be G'd right up.
Ooh, I'm in for a right ruddy good time.
Thumping hell is going to be a big one tonight, isn't it? And if not,
up the football into the chaps.
Yeah. No. I think it would. I think
Score
it would
the
get
goals.
you going a bit, wouldn't it? Joel Zapster says we're not going 3 down without response. It's done, Dudley.
Ned Flanders
in the house. Fireworks set the mood, says Cowboy. I like that. Would you like to go on a date with Cowboy, knowing his thoughts on fireworks setting the mood? Imagine you get back to his room, just
not all 4 corners of the bed.
Asking if you want to go on a date with
a cowboy.
Bed starts spinning.
Fireworks.
He said fireworks set the mood.
A cow.
Set the mood.
Boy.
What?
What?
It's very simple stuff. Oh yeah, John Bolser wrote that one.
I'd say
Let's
no.
go through the team one last time then. So we've got Onana in goal,
I'll say no
Lindelof,
to that.
Maguire and Yoro
I
as
agree.
the back three. Dorgu, Ugarte, Casemiro and Mazraoui across the middle, with Garnacho and Bruno Fernandes in behind Rasmus Højlund. Big game for Højlund tonight. There's a few players out there it's a big game for, because I think there's a chance that Ahmad could come in for Garnacho at some point. I think as well Luke Shaw and Lindelof might have a sort of head-to-head at some point about who plays in the final. But I'd just love to see Højlund get some goals and actually become the striker that we want him to be, but I don't know if that's ever going to happen. Do you?
Almost feels like the ship's starting to sail.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be linked with the likes of Delap at his age. It's like we're looking for like as well as wanting to get an established striker in.
I think for the club that ship has sailed and sank.
Do you think? Well, that means so you think not only will we replace him, but you think we'll sell him in the summer?
I think if United can sell him for a decent amount of money, they'll do it quickly.
Juventus are meant to be interested.
Yeah,
that's the current story. And I think he'd do well, and you'd get plenty of fans saying, "Oh, why did we sell him?" But it probably is the right decision to.
Just typical United way over the past 10, 15 years. And the United fan base have the same mentality. It's just we always selling or getting rid of players like a season or two late, just out of sentiment and just this kind of like lingering hopium and sunken cost fallacy as well. I just think if you can get a decent amount of money for him, I'd say do so.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on the Bruno to Al Hilal links?
There's nothing in it.
Do you think?
The interest is obviously real, but
I don't see him leave him.
Would there be a price where you'd say, go on then?
Genuinely, it would have to be like
150.
150 and above.
You think?
I'd say, yeah.
So you wouldn't do it for 145? And then maybe would you do it for 140?
He said 150.
It really depends how we plan to use that money.
Yeah.
That's the big thing. You could get 200 million for him and spend it on dross, and then whereas another team could do a lot better with 80 million. It just depends how good your recruitment is. So I think with that risk in mind, you don't sell him.
Yeah, this looks so much like a Chelsea kit. It
really does.
Like, the sort of Gary Cahill era, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Gary Cahill, Chelsea.
What a great centre off.
Cahill.
Gary Cahill, very underrated.
Yeah, it was. It was like 35
he got a lot of goals as well, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
It looks so much like that era, doesn't it?
Yeah.
With the little red.
Yeah, there's a little bit of red on it as well.
Are
You
sure
can imagine
not.
Ivanovic,
Is that Eden Hazard in the middle?
Azpilicueta's on the ball right now.
It's weird.
How far back are you going?
Like 2016, 15.
Okay, so not quite Florent Malouda.
No.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, Illiben's still there.
And Sullivan Kalou. It's a bit
Is it this one?
too far back for Finn as well, man. This is what I mean. Usually they talk about like players. Yeah,
Was
I
Cully
didn't
with Arsenal
much.
then Chelsea? Was that the way around it?
No.
The other way around?
Because I'm on like Michael Essien and that.
Yeah, that bad boy there.
Yeah, Yokohama.
Bastards.
What sponsor was that? Is that
Yokohama Tires, is it?
I think it's tyres, yeah. Go on.
Ooh.
Hold on. That's a good
Nice.
pass.
Yeah.
Ogu.
Bit of move, bit of space here. It's alright. Yeah, get an early goal, that'd be fucking brilliant, wouldn't it? Then we can start chatting about our favourite sandwiches and that.
Yeah, we can start messing about.
Yeah.
I was saying it would be really good.
Roasting
It'd really be good to get a goal early.
Yeah.
Just ease the nerves, you know.
Oh.
It's a big game, this. Do you think someone like Bruno, for instance, he's obviously won the FA Cup, he's won the League Cup at United, not including the sort of the financial ramifications, but from a purely CV perspective, do you think a Europa League is more valuable than an FA Cup?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah, I think so.
Do you run it?
Yeah.
In this day and age, the FA Cup obviously used to mean a lot more, but I feel like it's becoming a bit tin pot.
It's harder to win the Europa League than it is the FA Cup.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably. I'd favour the FA Cup personally.
Is that for sentimental reasons?
I don't know, because I think
Have you not heard his discourse so far? He's just Brexit.
Yeah, I'm Brexit. No, I think it's because
This
there are
is
better
England.
teams in the FA Cup than there are in the Europa League. I know I'm not saying it's easier to win, but Man City and Liverpool and whoever, the top 4 teams, aren't in the Europa League. Especially now, you can't even drop down into it. Whereas in the FA Cup, you could feasibly, like we did, have to beat Liverpool and Man City in that cup to win it, and we did last season. Whereas the Europa League, you can, win it by having the best team you play be Celta Vigo if you get lucky.
Yeah.
I do think that for me ranks it a little bit higher.
I just think it's the fact that it's
Are
a
you on a-
European trophy.
Yeah, I do get that.
It's
get
probably
that.
more sentiment than...
Are you on about the new Europa League?
No, I think even
when you're
before,
saying
I
best
know-
team you're going to play Celta Vigo.
No, I think even before, the best team you would play then would be like an Atletico Madrid having a bad season. Whereas you could play the champions of England.
When we won in
the Premier League.
When we beat Ajax in the final, who were the best team that we faced up to that
I think we
point?
played Celta Vigo that year, didn't we? We played AC Milan, I think. Or was that when we lost to Villarreal in the final? I can't remember. Let's have a look.
No, but yeah, Milan was on the way to the final that we lost.
The Ole one, wasn't it?
Yeah. Was that the year we beat Roma, like 7 whatever on aggregate?
No, that was 2000.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
No, but we did it again against Roma.
Oh, on aggregate.
I
Not.
mean,
It wasn't the 7-1, was it?
We beat them 6.
So yeah, that season when we won the Europa League, we faced Anderlecht, Celta Vigo, and Ajax. I'm not, I'm not knocking any of those teams, and it was great to win it, but I think it was harder to win the FA Cup last season than it was to win that, for instance. But
Really?
Yeah.
Who did we go up against last year?
Liverpool and City. Not bad.
Yeah, true. Well,
I know we had Coventry as
because
well,
that was the game I was thinking
I think
about.
you're on about a Carabao Cup run.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, that was the
oh,
one. It was
yeah.
like Forest in the semi, but when it was Old Forest.
And it was like Charlton, did the round before.
That's a good ball. All on Lindelof. Oh. Do you think we'll replace him? Or do you think we're going to let Heaven
Gonna
kind of
replace.
push through?
Yeah, I think Lindelof isn't someone you necessarily need to replace, given the options that we have in the squad.
Yeah.
I still think if the right market opportunity came about, I still wouldn't be against us signing another centre back this summer.
I agree. Not a centre back, but talk me through some of the academy players we've got on the bench today.
Was it
Mantato
Fredrickson,
in
Mantato,
particular.
and Camerson?
Yes, let me get them just to double check. But yeah, let's
Amas too.
talk about Mantato a little bit. 'Cause
Yeah.
he signed a new contract
Yesterday afternoon, signed his professional contract. Usually players sign their pro contract the day they turn 17 because it's all pre-agreed when they sign their scholarships. With Mantato, it's a bit trickier because there was a lot of interest in him from a number of Premier League clubs. Chelsea really pushed to sign him. Arsenal tried to sign him a year or two ago. So that was the delay because he turned 17 a couple of months ago. But yeah, signed his pro contract.
What kind of player is he?
So he plays for the 18s. Usually plays at right wing. Kind of quite a good fit for what Amorim looks for in a wing back.
Okay.
So he could play on either side really. He's even played at left back quite a lot for the younger age groups and for England at the youth age levels. But yeah, he's got. I compared him to Kenda earlier in the season. Okay. I describe as like a slightly less explosive variant of Kenda. But yeah, it would be really good to see him come off the bench today and get his debut. I know he's highly thought of internally. So one of the big things I think with him is that I think he'll translate well to men's football physically. He's a really strong athlete, quite slender, but like deceptively strong in his core strength and stuff. So I think out of the whole academy, he'd be one of the ones closest to being ready for first team football, in my opinion.
Do you know? So with that in mind, then, obviously this season we've seen a selection of academy players come through. Chido, obviously one with huge hype and huge kind of potential, and then someone like Harry Amas, who we've heard for months and probably years at this point about his potential as well. But then someone like Fredrickson will come in, who is a bit less well known, doesn't seem to have the hype or necessarily the kind of expectation around him, and yet he's playing games before Mantato is. Why do you think it works like that sometimes, or is Fredrickson someone that actually might surprise people?
Well, when he was Mantato's age, for example, he was very highly rated. Okay. So he was part of the FA Youth Cup winning team, played alongside obviously Mainu, Garnacho, those kind of players, and he was really, really important to that FA Youth Cup campaign.
Yeah.
It's just that after that, he kind of never really took the step up in the way the other players did. He struggled with injury quite a lot. Maybe it's different for a centre-back, especially if you're not really, really athletic and, really quick.
Yeah.
Because he's obviously more of a kind of technically inclined defender. But yeah, it can just be that it's just, obviously, development's not linear and it takes different young players different times to break through. But certainly at their age, he was highly rated. So it's not like he's just come out of obscurity.
Yeah. But in terms of ranking, the players who are sort of going to get shot at.
Hazard.
Just put it over.
No. For a goal conceded in the first 10 is not.
Yeah. Mazraoui there. Just does he misread the flight of the ball, or does he just get done by a really good touch?
No, he just miss.
Oh no, it's his own header. I thought it was their player won the header. Oh yeah, that's poor. He misreads the flight of it, almost drops back too far, so he can't get any power on it.
He should do better there, to be honest.
Yeah, he should. He's got to hit the target there. Yeah. Bit of a let off there for Mazraoui. Maguire just sort of puts him off maybe, or don't know, just a poor strike, but bit of a warning there.
Foul that?
No, he's not going to give anything like that. The ref would fucking love it if we lost 3-0.
What makes you say that?
Because anyone who's a neutral would want to see that, and I think refs like playing into the sort of storyline of the night.
Cool. Is it the same ref as last week?
I don't know,
because he was nice to us.
We should have had 2 red cards, shouldn't we? Really?
In terms of Camerson as well.
Yeah, definitely another one that's up there. He's the year above Mantato, and more of a kind of traditional fullback, whereas Mantato is more of a winger naturally, but both would probably come in and play at right wing back. So they're 2 players that are vying for similar positions. So it's a nice bit of competition there. Depends what Amorim looks for really in terms of if he wants to go more defensive, or for obviously when Ahmad's playing, he's a natural winger, but he plays at wing back.
Yeah. And he's someone who's, I don't know if they're the same type of build at all, but to see Ahmad, you look at him and he's got a really, really narrow, slender frame, and yet doesn't get pushed off the ball all that often. Yeah. He uses his weight and his momentum really well. Yeah. I wouldn't say he's strong, but he sort of handles himself well, doesn't he?
He shields the ball.
Yeah, he does. He uses all of his sort of 9 stone very well.
Yeah, I think, was it Laurie Whitwell that said that people within Carrington described Ahmad as one of the strongest players, full stop, at Carrington.
Yeah.
That low centre of gravity.
Yeah, it's really impressive.
But yeah, Mantato has a bit of that in terms of how he uses his body, because he's definitely quite slight physically.
We need to get a foot in this.
Yeah, we do. United just looking a little bit sloppy, aren't we? I don't want to say we're complacent or anything like that. It's too early to say anything like that. But just a few times we're getting nudged off the ball or misreading the flight of the ball. A couple of slips here and there.
Haven't really got a foothold, have we?
No. He was Barca manager, wasn't he?
Yeah. They win the league under him?
I think they did, yeah. Would you rather have Enrique as United's next manager or Inzaghi?
Ooh, that is a good question.
Are we talking about the next manager
Because
for?
I know you like Inzaghi a lot. And that's not trying to get rid of Amorim, I'm just saying. if one of them had to manage United, who would you pick?
Inzaghi.
Really?
I think I agree. For the Prem, his football suits the Premier League better.
Italian managers tend to do better, don't they?
Yeah.
And obviously, aside from Pep Guardiola.
Yeah.
I just think Inzaghi's never really had the benefit of a really high top end budget in the transfer market.
Exactly. They're high in that squad. They haven't spent more than like 30 or 40 million on anyone.
Yeah.
So.
No,
the goalkeeper.
Inter haven't really been able to spend much
40
money.
million, and then they've got, was it 6 million?
Yeah, they've not been able to spend much money for years. Well, compared to what you'd think the stature of the club is, anyway.
Surely their financial situation's got to be
Improving.
more stable now.
Yeah.
Two Champions League finals in 3 years.
And they won the league last year as well.
Yeah. It is Italian football, though.
Yeah. It's like Scottish football. You can win the league every season, but you're on the cusp of bankruptcy no matter what.
I feel like I'm on an acid trip.
Yeah, the
I wouldn't know all that. Feels
absolutely diabolical here.
It feels a little bit like that, Ronaldo.
Are they're in our box.
So bad.
Safe word, yeah.
Let's try again.
It doesn't sound very enjoyable.
United on the counter attack here.
Oh,
Manuel Neuer in goal. Is he called Ariza Balaga?
It's even more Chelsea.
Well, there is an Ariza Balaga. Oh yeah,
slightly different.
A Gariza Bala. It's like a Ariza Balaga, a Gariza Bala. It's like almost the same. One's the evil version of the other one.
Yeah.
He's got to be the good version.
You think?
Yeah.
So
Go on.
Ball for Højlund.
Curving out in it.
Yeah.
Got there in time, I think.
Why? I want you to work. Don't do that. That I would be annoyed if I did that. I would expect myself. I want you to work. Just do it.
It was only 6 drinks.
Do the thing.
Hey, and the more you want it to work, the less likely it will. It's just one of them.
At home, you're fine.
Oh dear.
But well, this won't finish 0-0, but I just feel like we haven't done anything in the first 15 minutes.
No. You'd think, though, the longer that they go without scoring, then there's less time for them to get free back, that they might just start, well, it's not.
The thing is,
Or
they're
get really
gonna
desperate
commit.
and lose massive gaps,
Yeah,
which
they're
would be
gonna
great.
commit higher up the pitch as time goes on, and we can capitalise on that.
Hopefully.
We don't start games well anyway. do we?
Never.
Like,
Right,
I can't
very
recall
rarely, yeah.
any game we've started.
I might sound like, I know it sounds stressful, but I almost feel like
Oh my god.
What's that?
3-0, it's a weird scoreline. I actually think if Athletic Bilbao scored, it could...
For an hour you were having a go at me for this sort of chat.
No, I think if they scored, then
Well done, Maguire.
they'd get a bit like, ooh.
Yeah,
And then,
exactly.
but then they'd like foray forward more and then we'd suck a punch.
So you want us to
That looked like a
concede?
fine
No.
tackle from Maguire.
He's not
Are
giving
you
it
saying
against
go
Maguire, is
Bilbao,
he?
go?
I think
I'm just trying to
I don't know.
positives if they did.
I think Maguire's got free. We've got free kickers, haven't we?
Yeah,
We should do.
Producers, is there any chance of getting a coffee at any point, if that's you wouldn't mind?
Are you flagging?
I've been working since 6 this morning.
Have you?
Yeah,
What have you been up to?
grizzly men.
Really?
Not in the back of alleys.
A
guy who-
coffee
Urban
at
Sprinter.
what time is it?
8 p.m.
Yeah, mate, it's been
Oh,
a
you're
long
you're
day.
a
Just a
Denizine
strong black
receptor,
coffee,
gonna be
please.
fried.
I'll be up anyway
There you
later.
go.
I've got writing to do. Hey, come on!
Go on.
Oh, yeah.
I think he was. I think he was off.
Was he off? Was he off?
Okay, no thanks.
Thanks a lot, Ben. I appreciate that.
I think he was off.
No, I'm not having coffee this time.
No.
Actually, I will. Thank Ben. Thank you. Milk, half a sugar.
Ooh, he's on there, isn't he?
He's onside.
It's a poor first touch,
Just
really,
a touch, really. But the pass is semi behind him.
It is, but it's tie over that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Who was the pass? Casemiro?
Bruno.
I think.
Of course. Who else?
Who else but
That's
Bruno?
a shame. If that's a good first touch. Oh, hello.
That's beautiful.
Bruno.
Here we go.
Great touch, Dorgu. Now play him.
Now,
Play him.
now they've come alive now.
Go on.
Bruno. Oh. Should have gone to Garnacho, I think.
Is that Casemiro overlapping or was that Maz?
No, that's right. Casemiro's here, near side.
Eden Hazard looking tricky.
Yeah, it is. He does look a bit like he's sort of yeah. In that kit as well.
Yeah.
No
you've got
disrespect.
what's his name here? Number 20 is the Alonso.
No disrespect to the big guy. The great guy.
The big man.
Garnacho running now.
At Real Madrid. Yeah, come on, dog. Get on your bike. Looking at wing backs, Denzel Dumfries putting a hell of a shift across those two legs, didn't he? I'm not saying him in particular, but do we need to see more attacking urgency out of our wing backs, or do you think that you can't play with that level of, like, I don't want to say carelessness, but just gung ho that Inter did?
I think a lot of it depends on who your wide centre backs are in this system. There's a lot of emphasis on when the wing backs pin really, really high. You need the wide centre backs to be able to jump and step up in the press. And right now we haven't had enough stability in personnel to do that. I think if you get the right players in those positions that can defend the wide areas, then
do we need them players, or do we have them that we can develop with the likes of Heaven and?
I think
Euro can certainly play out wide.
Speaking of Euro,
I think Heaven and Euro are two players that can do that. I like Euro in the middle long term.
Yeah, I think there's more over there.
I really like Heaven on the left. Maybe we could go into the market for a right-sided defender of a similar kind of experience and potential.
He's going to go for Jeremy Jacket is the guy that they're raving about.
Tottenham have a kid called Janai Byfield, who I think is one of the biggest talents in the country, who plays there. One of those centre-backs that just marauds through the midfield willy-nilly.
How old is he?
He's recently turned 16. He's been playing under 18s for like 2 years.
Is he gettable?
Any player's gettable if you're Manchester United.
Unbelievable sentence.
How tall is he?
6'1" or 2.
He's only just turned 16 though, so that could change a little bit.
Yeah.
What do we think is going to happen with Martinez next season?
I think get fit and play, personally.
Do you think?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know who, because I think when he's fit, De Ligt plays in the middle over Maguire. And I think
I think Lenny Yoro's nailed down that left centre half position.
You think?
No,
I can see him on the right, Martinez on the left.
He plays better on the left.
He plays better on the left,
yeah,
but
but Martinez isn't playing on the right.
I think overall you get more
Martinez
benefit.
might just not play.
Do you think?
I
don't think so.
Maybe I'm forgetting how good Martinez is, but I think Heaven plays when he's fit.
In terms of passing, I think he's probably our best defender. Martinez.
Easily.
Before he was injured.
Oh, thank you, Ben.
Thanks, Ben.
Before we were injured, we were playing some of our better football, especially look at the Liverpool game, and it was all coming through.
That's
true. His forward passing was
it was incredible.
Exceptional, yeah.
But Heaven's performance has really, really impressed me.
Yeah. So it might be a transition.
It's just such a small sample size, though.
Yeah. That's true. I think Euro's best position is on the left, but you get more benefit out of him being on the right and having an out, left centre back on the other side. I think there's more balance there.
I think the pace is the thing with Martinez, isn't it? When he's trying to run the channels with a winger or a physical striker.
And then especially if you've got Maguire in the middle, who's not exactly quick enough to. But I do disagree that De Ligt plays over Maguire in the middle when they're both fit. I think Maguire in good form.
Do you think?
Yeah.
And Maguire's been in great form. I'm a big fan of Maguire.
Yeah, I also don't think it's a huge difference, but
maybe different players for different games. I think
De Ligt's been good, but some fans are acting like he's going and being the next Cohen of Stam.
No, he's just been
for me reliable.
For me he's been solid.
Yeah,
but that's not solid. That is the well done, Casemiro. Come on, keep the ball. Well done.
Nice.
De Ligt came with a bigger reputation.
Really well played.
Good play. Come on, go on, Dorgu, drive. I don't yet.
Yeah, De Ligt came with a big reputation.
It was a weird run from Garnacho.
Than Euro, and I don't think he's been anywhere near as impressive.
Exactly. Well, I think De Ligt has kind of carried that reputation through his whole career, but it's always been a bit of a fallacy.
Yeah.
That's Hazard, isn't it?
That is Eden.
We're talking about Berenguer, by the way, assuming that's how you pronounce it. Berenger, do we know? Berenguer, yeah. Looking like Eden Hazard in that kit. Poor from Dorgu, that, let's be honest.
Yeah, that was a poor decision.
That's a shit pass, that.
Bad execution.
Yeah, and he can't even really overhit it because you're playing the ball down the line. If you overhit it, Garnacho can just run onto it.
Yeah.
Don't underhit it.
What's people's opinions on Dorgu? Because I've been impressed with his physicality and his engine and stuff, but his decision making going forward leaves a lot to be desired. And then defensively, he doesn't look fantastic, which is waiting for a wing back. Yeah. But I've still he's been better than what we have had in that position.
I think we
see what he does here. Shoot!
Whoa! You won't get that.
No. See, and he can't even dive proper.
Let's check it.
Or maybe he can.
We'll see.
Show him the boot.
He got in such a good position there that if that's not a penalty,
well, that's the thing.
He needs to fucking get a shot away.
I think before he came into the team, all we were talking about was how much we needed a left wing back.
Yeah.
And I think he has filled a lot of the...
He's not going to get it, is he? You're not going to... Unless there's a trip of legs.
No, he's already going down, isn't there?
Oh, I don't know.
There's quite the
There is a bit of a clash of legs as well, look. But yeah, he's already going.
It could be the legs come after he's already.
It would be very generous, but
yeah. If he'd have stayed up and their legs had hit like that, he probably would have got it. They still might.
Are they checking it?
Oh.
Yeah, they will check it.
What scores Bordeaux?
Penalty.
Bordeaux Glimt.
Oh yeah.
That's nil Glimt. All of the games.
Oh, it is.
Still checking.
It's a long check.
Yeah.
Oh.
This is where they've upgraded the check to
yellow.
Red.
Have you seen them starting getting VAR in supermarkets? I'm not fucking making this up.
You have to be making this up.
No, I'm serious. They're getting like VAR for people when they're when they're scanning the at the self checkouts. They're getting VAR to make sure that people are doing it.
Are they really?
It wasn't a pen, was it?
No penalty. Yeah, I don't think it was. What, so if they'll go up and someone will just...
They got like a Stockley Park, and you get a yellow card at the door. Yeah, seriously, a Sainsbury's.
That's disgusting.
Stop all the olive oils for you.
Yeah. Or you could, pay a human to do it like you used to, rather than just making you do it yourself and then putting extra cameras in. Actually pay someone instead. Fucking shite that. Get a torch.
He's alive now.
Yeah, Dorgu, I like him, and I think he's
raw.
I think he's fixed one of the problems we had on the left hand side.
Yeah,
which was a lack of an obvious either pace or work rate and stuff at times.
Yeah, it was a step up, but it's definitely a finished product.
Yeah,
it's not the best way to describe it.
Go on, lad, go on,
Rasmus. I don't know if he's... Yeah, I was gonna say... My thing was, when the ball broke loose, I don't know whether he's got the ability and technique and that to kind of capitalise on that.
Do you know who,
from that distance
away?
away?
Got booked for that?
Because he almost caught it.
Yeah, he did.
Do you know who thrives in that position, though? Liam Delap.
Yes, Liam Delap.
Every time I watch him for Ipswich, that's exactly what
he just got booked on Mazraoui.
What's funny about Liam Delap, I watched Ipswich Everton the other day, and he didn't have his...
It wasn't a great game.
Didn't have a great game for him.
Yeah.
I think he got come out.
Has he just got a yellow for it? Is it? Do we know? He didn't mean to catch it, did he?
He was nervous.
Oh,
Maz.
Mazraoui definitely got booked.
What, for winning a header?
For that? Oh my god.
World's gone mad.
That's absolutely shit, that. So if he does that twice, he's sent off. Is it really?
This is the final.
Do we have anyone that's at risk of missing the final?
I don't think you can.
Booking?
Do they not get wiped?
Yeah, I think they get wiped.
Do they get wiped? Yeah.
I think if you 2 yellows, you can't get. You don't miss it, but obviously if you earn red, you
yeah.
How commonly do you get a nation that has that could argue their two best players play the exact same position?
What, Denmark have a bit
in
of
defence
and Mazraoui?
Yeah. I know they have other talented players that are playing in the top 5 leagues.
Yeah.
They're not in my head at the moment.
Or is it like, don't Norway have like Sorloth and Haaland? Is it Sorloth? They're 2 of their best players, aren't they? And they're in the same team, same position.
Denmark have
I think
Bereth,
Odegaard as well, I guess.
Højlund, Cheeto up front.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess Odegaard kind of splits the difference a bit, but yeah. Sorloth and Haaland, who are
Is Damsgaard
of
Norwegian?
similar
Is he
types.
Danish?
No, Damsgaard. I don't think Damsgaard is.
Was he Icelandic?
Yeah, Damsgaard is Danish.
Oh, it's Danish.
Sorry, yeah, I was saying isn't Norwegian.
Yeah.
Oh, it should be Danish because that's like literally step 1 of Brentford's
Being
recruitment.
a Brentford player, yeah.
So they're heavy in the Nordic market, stemming from the manager.
Heavy in the Nordic market.
The same with Wolves and Portuguese.
Yeah. You do see it, don't you?
I think pretty much the whole squad's Portuguese. It feels like.
Yeah. And Wenger used to like a French player as well, didn't he?
Oh, aye.
That's a class. That was the early Premier League classic.
Ten Hag
Well,
signed
no,
every
no.
shit Dutch player. Or every played in the Dutch
They weren't
league.
just Dutch. They'd played in
the
Dutch.
So, all right.
That was the rules.
Yes.
He signed one of the best players in the league. What are you talking about?
Who? Casemiro?
Oh, that's a bit...
As he gives the ball away?
No, Anthony.
Oh, Anthony, sorry. He's the most Dutch of all, though. Like,
He
as
is,
in,
yeah.
like, he was a 10
The goal he scored the other day.
To sign
Fucking hell. What
Brian
goal?
Brobby.
Yeah. Mr. Brobby.
Mr. Brobby.
He's not even playing for Paddock FC at the minute, I don't think.
You reckon?
He's struggling, isn't he, Brobby? And it's like he's not scored in like 30 games or something.
Yeah.
Where's he at now? He's still at Ajax.
Højlund, like.
How dare you?
How dare I what?
Yeah.
Just the way you said it, like
How
you've never
old is
seen
he?
it before.
He is 23.
Gee, there was a picture before. You look well out of that. You don't look 23 on there, do you?
No.
On an uphill paper round.
8 goals in 41 games this season for Brobby. In Ajax as well.
Yeah.
Oops.
Not to try and...
Not like as a Premier League player.
I mean,
do you know what
Ajax
exonerate Højlund,
playing well
but-
as well, so you'd expect...
Yeah, they're doing good.
Who's the best team in the Dutch?
Ajax.
Ajax,
Yeah,
are.
I think they're top of the league now, aren't they?
They definitely were earlier in the season. I haven't been watching.
I think they are.
But they've got Nice's old manager, don't they?
Yeah, they're top of the league. 4 points. Was it this season where they were shit, or was it last season?
It was last season
season
when
they were
Ten
really
Hag
bad.
had... Was it?
They rallied toward the end though, didn't they? A little bit. And then this season
Possibly.
they've pushed on and... Come on.
I'd like to go watch Ajax.
Yeah.
I've never been to watch football in Holland.
No, I'd like to go.
I went to Eindhoven last year to watch a youth tournament, which is really interesting.
Ah, okay.
Good.
Yeah.
I've never-
It was the PSV campus, which is one of the most beautiful training grounds I've ever seen. And it's free for the public to just walk into.
Really?
It's like amazing, yeah.
That's a booking ref.
It's a beautiful country, Holland.
Yeah.
I've never
been.
You've never been?
No.
I've never properly been to Holland.
No.
I've only
I'd
been
like
in
to.
just been in the airport.
Yeah.
How did I pronounce that then?
He said
Airport. Schiphol.
Airport.
Airport. Does it count as going to a country if you've been in the airport?
I don't know.
Yeah. I don't think it does.
You just breathe.
I wouldn't say I've been.
through.
I've been to Dubai. Although actually,
It's
did
like
stay
I
a
tell
night in a
people I've
hotel.
never been to Italy, but I've done a layover, like
That's
a
a great
layover.
pass from Bruno. Through.
Come on.
Come
Come
on.
I've
Come on.
I've done a layover.
Get a
in
fucking
Milan.
goal here.
Good pass.
I've done-
Didn't know what he was doing there, did he?
I didn't have a layover in Milan. Not layover, but like
A little
couple hours.
stopover, yeah.
Stopover.
Come on, Dogu.
And I actually did leave the airport because you have to leave the airport to go back
It needs to
to
roll
where
there across the ground.
Yeah.
to be.
There's 2 airports there, isn't there?
Dogu, he doesn't. He crosses this like he doesn't know who's in the box. Like he's just putting it in
Yeah,
an
he's
area.
putting
It's
it in,
not-
isn't it?
like, that's
Well,
just
it looks
like-
up though, that's even
I don't
worse.
understand. That's not. I think that's not as bad as you're making out.
Do
If
you
I'm
not?
honest, no.
But there's only
It's
one
just
man.
frustrating, but
Yeah, but it doesn't mean he definitely puts it right on his head when there's a defender in the way.
No, I'm not saying that. I think there are other variations of getting that wrong that look a bit better than that.
But and if he did, he should have.
Oh
my God.
Wow, what a goal! Here we go now.
There you go. 25-yard screamer from Bilbao.
Fuck.
Game on. We knew this would happen.
That was a
He's going to get blamed for that as well.
No, that was a great finish, that.
He's going to get blamed for that.
Who, Dorgu?
Onana.
Onana?
Well, just
United, don't you dare, by the way.
Is it?
Anthony scored for Betis as well, in other news. Bad
Oh,
clearance.
Maguire.
Yeah. Blocked. And the second one's just...
It's quite hot.
He gets a hand on it, does it?
I think he should have saved it.
He gets a hand
and
on it, doesn't
I don't mean to be harsh.
He gets a hand on it.
I think you're being harsh.
Yeah, it's harsh a bit.
That's not one where he gets a full hand on.
That's
it,
one that you, as a keeper,
that just flicks his finger.
That's one of them you get blamed for as a
Here we
keeper.
go. I don't know, you know.
That's not harsh. That's one you get blamed for though when you've got the reputation Onana has.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And 18 months ago, it would be all on Maguire for that clearance because he fucked up as well. But I bet you the most of the frustration there gets put on Onana. But Maguire there, it's a shit clearance.
I mean, it's the 30 minutes before their goal will come. That's the word.
Yeah. The thing is though, we've got in decent positions.
Yeah.
We had the Garnacho where he squared it to Højlund who fucked it up.
It's the story of the season, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah, we're getting decent positions and either don't turn it to shots or have bad shots.
Have one
The
strike
Garnacho
on.
with a poor touch, Dorgu with a cross that maybe you're right, Ronnie. We were a little bit harsh, but could have done better for sure. The one before where he went down for a penalty. Ideally, he gets
Talk
a
to
shot
each
away
other,
there.
lads. Well
That's
done.
really good from
Really nice.
Garnacho, and that's
Ball.
great from Bruno.
What ball?
Fucking hell!
Jeez.
No swerve or curl on
Yeah,
that at all, was
just
it? Just the ball just straight through
Straight
the air like that.
gas.
Go on. Little dipper. Go on, run!
What is he doing?
What's he looking over his shoulder at? That's not a foul. Why are you giving that? Why is that a foul? That's just not a foul, is it? Yoro's just stood behind him and he falls over. Oh God, I feel like this now. That's alright. That's just shit.
That's really bad.
Who's that even to? Yoro? And the block there, fair enough. No, I don't blame Onana for that, personally.
Is it Aspilicueta?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. Looks like we need to get the next goal.
Great,
now.
making things easy for ourselves.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll contest your theory now.
Okay, I felt like it could end up being that they get a little bit more excited, thinking if we get another one here,
Yeah.
and then before you know it, like we counter and
Open space.
get the.
Or they
thingy
just
back.
play it straight through as
Or
nice
they
and
just
easy
keep
like
completely
that.
carve
It's a
through the
big
middle.
old gap in the middle.
Fuck's sake.
This guy's been on the ball fucking constantly,
I
hasn't
know.
he? He's there. New outlet.
He's the one that, like we said, he started really well last
Yeah.
week, and then he had to come off when.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Timu Hazard.
Timu Pukki.
I think the league misses him.
Eden Hazard.
No, Timu Pukki.
Oh right.
I used to have him in my fantasy.
You went for a stint, didn't you?
Yeah, when he first came up.
Yeah.
Really good.
Always have lower table marksman on the bench just in case on FPL.
He was an absolute marksman.
Sorry, man, I'm watching Game of Thrones.
Have you got to? Have you got to the bit in Game of Thrones where there's a very famous non-actor in the show? I won't say any more than that.
I'm at the beginning part of season 6.
I don't even let them have a look. See what. You know who I mean.
I remember I went to United Player of the
Oh yeah, no, not yet.
United Player of the Year awards. It was with the
I'll
year
show
we
you,
won
Ben.
the Europa League, and John Bradley West, who's out of Game of Thrones. He was there. I don't know who he was. We were just talking because he's from Wivenshaw, so we were just chatting. I didn't know who he was. And then De Gea and all them came over because they're all big fans of
Really?
of Game of Thrones.
And
I was
then
like,
you clocked.
yeah,
Come on,
yeah,
then,
yeah.
come on.
Out wide.
Keep
Release the
ball.
ball. Come on.
It's alright.
It is a massive.
Go on, Dorgu, go on.
He did the first bit all right.
He just doesn't look like he doesn't look confident in himself when he's striking the ball in those areas, does he? Whether he's shooting or crossing, he's got a little he looks a bit timid every time he has to do.
That's
something
why I
like
think
that.
a lot of it is confidence for him.
Hopefully, yeah. Just there, he gets there, does the touch, and then oh shit, I've got to actually shoot now.
Yeah.
Like last time, he seemed quite keen to go down rather than to try and get his shot away. Because this touch is really good. That touch there is brilliant,
Yeah.
And then just
and then
hit
now.
I don't know.
It is
I
weak
don't know.
foot,
I
but-
think that's a couple of instances now where he's been like
I think
extremely like
I think
overly
he
critical
looked a
about
little
something.
bit timid as he's hitting that there. Personally,
I'm not sure about that.
Okay.
I think that's a bit nitpicky.
It is a tight finish on his weak foot, to be fair.
It's a great first touch, and he's actually struck it decently well with right foot. Defenders just blocked it. I think that's really all levels to it. I think it's a bit harsh.
I think. All right, I like. I'm not someone who's mega critical of him. I think he's got in the box 3 times, and neither time has he found a successful pass or a shot on target. I think I don't think that is. They're all completely unrelated or bad luck. I think some of it's down to sometimes he doesn't do the right thing
Because
or
he
struggles
gets
in those
into
areas.
like decent areas to do things.
I think it's great that he gets into those
that our
areas.
£72 million striker doesn't.
Ooh.
This isn't a conversation about our £72 million striker, though, is it?
Are you saying he's deflecting
I feel like
balls from the centre forward?
I feel like
onto
with Hoyland it's a bit of a pity party, but I don't know when it's Dorgu, it's a bit harsh.
They're two separate conversations.
Go on, Joe. Go defend your man. Get him.
I'm not here to defend Hoyland. I'm not talking about Hoyland. I'm talking about Dorgu. If you don't want to stay on top of him because you've got no defence, fair enough. Compare him to another player.
I hope Yoro's
I
alright
think
because
Dorgu's struggled.
He's just booted someone's leg.
Has he?
Oh.
I really hope he's okay.
Does he look like he's hurt?
It's kind of hard to tell. He stopped for a minute. No, he's alright.
Them ones I'm alright with because it's just impact.
Yeah.
Aerial duel won by Dorgu.
Not the conversation again. That's good. Cool. I'm happy to list all of the things I think Dorgu's done really well so far. I don't dislike him as a player.
He wasn't off.
Yeah.
I think he's good.
Was he?
I don't mind him being offside there. That's fair enough. Others might have criticised him for that, but I wouldn't.
Couldn't you find a big bottle of water, Joe? No.
They didn't do a big one, so I had to get this little one. I still got to straw it like a big baby or a big hamster or something.
Finn's going to pull out his olive oil canister.
Those big drums.
Yeah.
Decent response after the goal though.
Yeah.
They've not.
He stepped up as
Bilbao haven't really laid into us like I thought they might do.
I think as long as we plug the holes in the midfield, we should be okay.
Yeah, that's a foul.
It's just when we give them so much space to do what they want from range.
It's just not encouraging going into a final if we do win, is it? Seeing this sort of performance, because it was great watching us win 3-0 at their place, but you do have to take into account that they were down to 10 men.
Yeah.
And I've overlooked that massively. But
I
tonight
think-
it's like it's a little bit different. We've got enough to beat fucking Spurs, like.
Yeah, and we had scored already before they were down to 10 men.
But they were on top of us up until that point.
And if anything, twice. People are saying, oh, because the pen was scored after being sent off, but
not really.
They conceded the pen with 11 to go down. Do you know what I mean?
Because if he'd have just been booked for that, we still would have scored it.
We still scored the penalty.
Yeah, we weren't. Their 10-menness wasn't a disadvantage.
Wasn't a
to
disadvantage
that
for the
penalty.
two. That's exactly.
And also, Garnacho had a goal disallowed for being slightly offside as well. Not that I'm not saying that Atletico hadn't played well as well, but I think we
fought our way back into the game before I had the man advantage.
Yeah, we were rightly in the lead before the red.
That start though was scary.
Yeah, it was.
I must say.
Well, I mean, this is similar today, is it? It's like trying to It's at home as well where you worry. You sort of if United go away, you sort of expect to be on the back foot at somebody else's place. But the fact that we can't start games and say, "Listen, you're in our yard now. We're playing like this."
Yeah. I think I am seeing some encouraging signs. We are getting the ball in their 18-yard box. Not regularly, but Garnacho's had it a few times. Hoyland's messed it up a few times. Dorgu's got in the box a few times. Like, it's not a complete, like, oh my God, sitting back and shitting ourselves.
No.
If we're a bit more quality in the final third, we can punish them. I don't think they're great. I know what you mean, though. I think against Tottenham, we'd probably lose playing like this. as much as Tottenham are shit, they're just good against us, aren't they? They get goals.
Oh,
Well done, good
nice.
cover in there.
We'll play talk to each other, lads.
Go on.
That's not.
Almost, that'll do. 1-2.
Touch.
Wide again.
Oh, my God.
Nice.
That's not a foul. Well done.
Go on, Dorgu.
Whip one in.
Marching for your son.
Yes.
Again, wasn't a foul.
No, it's not. It just fell over.
That was a bit weird. That was like it. He didn't purposely foul him, but he
Yeah.
fell into him,
Yeah.
and it stopped him getting on the end of it.
Their defender did everything he could to stop Dorgu
Yeah.
running past him, including tripping him, but it wasn't a foul.
He gets a lot of penalty appeals, doesn't he, Dorgu?
Yeah,
That's the thing.
'Cause
He's always
doing
in
the
the
right
He's
things.
always
Yeah.
in the right. He's in the
He
box,
is.
isn't he?
He's always in the right area. Like Garnacho's a similar kind of player. He's always getting chances. He's always doing good things.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of really good qualities.
Oh.
Sometimes it's just the
I
final
don't think.
piece.
See that pass there from the guy? I don't think he meant that.
That's the thing. He's.
Do you know what I mean?
Some games everything just comes off for him, but it doesn't look like
He's just, I don't know.
Maybe that's harsh, but yeah, he never quite looks in control.
But
of
in
himself.
terms of Ugarte discourse within the fan base, it's just opposite extremes, though.
Yeah, it's very.
Isn't that the case with
polarising.
everything?
So, yeah, it's like, so like there's people that proper baby him, so that means they over-egg any of his like remotely decently positive actions.
Yeah.
And then there's people on the opposite that just kind of like over-criticize and
I think
over-analyze
with
everything
him
he
it's
does.
more polarizing than any
So
other
it's
player.
like it's like
Well,
no one's like.
There are some people. There's like a specific group that say he is an absolutely elite defensive midfielder,
I don't know about
and they'll
that.
use really specific stats that support that.
Yeah.
And then the other half is United fans saying
Say he
he
can't
is
play
the
football.
worst footballer they've
They've
ever
ever
seen.
seen
for
laid
United.
eyes on, basically.
What the
That's just it. Yeah, that's basically.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm somewhere in the middle. I'm more on the side of I think he's been a good signing.
Go
That's
on.
a good pass.
Come on,
Go
Garnacho. Go on,
you
United.
gotta
Come on,
score. You got to score, man.
Go on.
Oh.
I thought it was Rasmus.
Fuck.
Oh.
Who's that pass as well? Dorgu. Phenomenal through ball there. That's
Great
brilliant.
run.
He couldn't
Did
literally.
everything right.
He doesn't have to do anything except take a touch and put it in. And that's the difference between him and Bruno last week. Almost the exact same
Yeah.
position, and I never questioned whether Bruno put that in.
Only difference
I
is
don't think.
keepers
I
coming
don't
up to
think he
him,
needs
but-
to
Yeah.
take that touch.
Or if you do, you can go around him.
Yeah.
You know, drop a shoulder, go around him, anything, or
The fact
do what
that-
you do, but just hit the target.
The keeper had already committed
got
to
to.
it.
That's what I
Easily
mean. I
knock
don't
it
think. I
down
don't think he
and,
needed to like.
It's good signs, though.
Yeah.
And beautiful pass from Dorgu.
Yeah, it was.
The weight on it was perfect.
Everything was perfect.
Oh,
Great pass,
great,
great
the
run,
run, yeah.
everything. Just got at that point, you've just got to score.
Well
Go
done.
on. Fucking hell, that's infuriating, isn't it?
It's been a better second half of the first half.
Yeah, it has. Go on. Just no help whatsoever. Just massive header
Yeah.
straight to their keeper over and over again. Just looks good though, doesn't it?
Just don't. Could he have rounded the keeper then?
Definitely.
Could he have?
The
Could have
keeper
done
came
anything
out-
he wanted.
The keeper came out so much that he could have easily knocked it round.
Yeah, he
I
could
say
have-
that as someone watching on TV, but
Yeah, we know what professional footballers are capable of.
Yeah.
If he'd have just knocked it back, the keeper was like really running quickly towards him. It
Exactly.
wouldn't have taken much to go round him there. It's infuriating that.
It's interesting that Amorim brought Garnacho as the presser, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No, he's not usually one to come out.
apparently Garnacho put himself forward for
That's-
that.
no,
Really
Did he?
that's
Sure.
For the
press
the
conference.
Real like.
because he said someone said that he realised he's never done one before, so he asked
Oh,
if
is
he
he
could
not?
do it.
Ah,
on
that's
his
good. That's
Yeah.
interesting. It'll be
Didn't
interesting
realise
this summer in terms of what happens with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to. I think you've got to be starting. Is it the treat case or just?
Fucking hell. If they get one more, they'll get a third. Honestly, I really do think that. That's what
He put.
We have to.
It's
have
mad though. He
goals.
put himself forward, not knowing what the media is like, and the second question he's asked are you at United next season?
Yeah.
Because you know,
Yeah.
because you
Kind
don't
of
do
just-
press club, you're not like fully prepared for
He
those.
kind of answered a different question as well.
You can just imagine all the
I think
older
that's
players
fair
like, yeah, you go up Garnacho, you go at Garnacho.
First question is,
Yeah.
we've
Anthony scored another.
That was that fucking George Bush meme, that wasn't it? Anthony scored a second goal. Oh,
that was
don't dive in like that. The last thing we need is a red card.
Fuck off.
A second Anthony goal is.
Oh my god.
Sorry. Let me see this Anthony little piece.
Did you say another wonder goal?
Honestly, yeah.
You don't. To be fair to him, he's never scored anything other than a wonder goal. He doesn't always score, but they're always good.
That goal scored against Barcelona for United, isn't it?
Yeah, all of them have been good. He's an actual disgrace that's going to get them to the Conference League final.
And beat Chelsea.
Because they're 3-1 up on aggregate now, and he can do all his celebrations. It's like a fortnight fucking victory dance, all sorts. Look at this. It's against
How far out was it?
Oh no, it's De Gea's side as well. But it's
Ooh.
posting in.
You like that? After De Gea had a jab at him, didn't he?
What kind of distance is it?
I can't see because we've only got the sort of
It's probably
creative
about 20 yards.
replays.
It's nice.
The 2-1 down now.
The 2-1 down. It's
That
3-3
means the
on
ties
aggregate.
level.
Okay.
Right, half time.
Half time, there we go. The first half that we sort of thought might happen but hoped wouldn't. Basically, Bilbao have got themselves back in the game, haven't they?
I don't think they have.
Do you not?
No.
Okay. You feel confident that with the amount of chances that we made that we're going to get a goal and kill it, or just you think 2 goals is too much for them?
I don't think they're creating high enough quality chances, and maybe this will come back to bite me, but I think their goal came through us leaving a huge gap in the middle and a bit of a mistake at the back from Maguire. But we're creating enough chances that I think we're more like in the second half of the first half there we looked way more likely to score than them. It's just about the final ball coming off, but I think it looks like we've kept our heads.
Yeah.
We could have easily got hit twice in a few minutes there, but I think we've kept our heads and we're still kind of going about it in quite a mature way.
Yeah.
So I'm still quite confident.
What did you make of the first half, Scotty?
Worse than I expected, to be honest. I've tried to become a lot bit more optimistic when watching United, but Bilbao were decent and they moved the ball around Old Trafford a lot better than we did in the first 20 minutes. The goal, whilst wasn't against the run of play, it was a mistake from Maguire, who's been covering himself in glory for the last couple of the last couple of games. So he made a mistake, and I think, in hindsight, Anana may have had stronger palms. It was a cracking finish, and you can't take that away from him. But United were building towards half-time. Garnacho should bury that chance. I'd like to see it again and see if there is opportunity for him to go around it. We're getting success through Dorgu. I think he's got to make a substitution because I would like to see us get a goal, because if they, like you said before, if they get a second, then it's going to be Sphinx is feeling a little bit twitchy time. So I think taking Højlund off and maybe bringing an Ahmad on and maybe putting a false 9 or something. It's just it feels a little bit like we're carrying a passenger now with him up front.
Yeah.
And United, the Bilbao played with 10 men last week. It looks like United have been playing with 10 men in this half.
I might go. I'd maybe go Ahmad for Lindelof and then put Mazraoui at right centre back and Ahmad on wing.
Would you make the first half?
That's a good change. I think it's not been great. I was concerned about them getting another one before half time, just because even though they haven't created loads of chances, I think territory-wise they've had a lot of final third entries. Do you know what I mean? And it just takes for them to have a little bit, 1 or 2 moments of positivity and quality, and all of a sudden it's 2-0 and then we're up against it. Because one thing we can say about this United team is we're not exactly nailed on to score goals. Do you know what I mean? We're not the most threatening team. Look at it, you got Højlund, Garnacho can be very hit and miss.
Yeah.
And then you've got kind of Bruno, who sometimes in games like this can be sacrificed a little bit as one of the 10s, where he's not involved as much as if he was further playing deeper in the middle. So, and it looks like our most threatening player, even though his final action hasn't been clean, it's been Dorgu. And I don't know, I just think United fashion, we're not making it very easy for ourselves. I think it's one of them where we should have come in and tried managing it, keeping the ball a little bit more, making it a little less basketball-like. But I think the retention of the ball hasn't been great, and I think that the midfield pivot of Ugarte and Casemiro haven't been probably optimal for that type of football anyway. And then you've got Lindelof, who's been sloppy, Maguire, who's been sloppy. It's just, I think United need to be careful here. I won't say sound the alarm bells right now, but I think we're not far off the alarm bells being silenced.
I agree with a lot of what you've said. I actually think we've been the better team in that first half. I think that I was shocked by, some of Bilbao's energy, especially first 20 minutes, like you mentioned at the time, Scott. They were probably better for that period. But I think in terms of looking like scoring more often, I think we look far more like scoring. I think if we sort of stick to what we're doing, and I mean their goal obviously it was sloppy from Maguire. Maybe if you're being incredibly critical, I think it was anything other than an out of form Onana, no one would even question the goalie there because he dives as far as he can, it flicks his fingertips and goes in. Sometimes that happens, but I think that's a shot from 25 yards out. If he takes that shot 20 times, it probably goes in once. We saw that, and we had some really good chances in that first half. The Garnacho one in particular, 9 times out of 10. Maybe not Garnacho or lesser confident striker. You should score.
If I'm looking at it from like a game state perspective, they're chasing the game, right?
Yeah.
So we should get opportunities and chances on the counter and transition with them chasing it 3-0 down. I think I've seen the better football for the majority from Bilbao, and I don't know if mentally I'm looking at it as well. Of obviously they've got 3 of their best players not playing as well, and they're still making it such a game of it. I think we've had opportunities to kill the game. Garnacho's chance was a decent opening. I think we've had a little bit of threat when we've managed to counter or string a couple passes together once. But I do think they have forayed into our final third quite a lot, and obviously they just probably come up against a wall of 5 and not always found an opportunity or a shot to get something away. But I don't know if I can commit. I might sound negative. I don't really commit to saying that United have been the better team for me from how I take the first half.
Aesthetics bias there. I think they make it look nice in the middle and in our third, but their chances for the most part haven't been that high quality.
We'll just go through some of just looking at the sort of the basic stats.
I like that. I've not heard that one before. Put that in the book.
In terms of possession, very even. United 52% to their 48. 4 shots each. They had 1 on target. Obviously the goal. It's alright running across through. That's fine. One shot on target in the whole game, and it was their goal. But again, that Garnacho chance has to hit the target. They've only had 1 shot from inside the 18-yard box out of their 4 as well. Obviously the goal was, looking at that, pushing 30 yards, 25 yards.
It was a sweet goal.
It's miles out. And and their other 2 shots as well were comfortably outside the 18-yard box. They just had that one from inside that we saw early on, the curling shot that went over the bar. But I think it's been a pretty even half. And again, not Garnacho in particular, but I think if you'd given more clinical players our chances, we would have scored at least 1 goal. That Garnacho chance, and I know people don't always like XG, but an XG of 0.5 for anything that's not a 1-yard tap-in is very, very high. You realistically, you should be scoring that 1 in 2 times statistically, but I just think a top striker or a top player should put that away. And if he does, it's probably game over.
Yeah. I think it still is game over if we get a goal back in this before they get another.
Yeah, the next goal is absolutely massive now. Let me see what people are saying in the comments. Okay, I'll work around some of the wording of this super chat. Abhinav says this team has got its not very smart genes on today, and the chance finishing is just awful. Miss Day says all we needed to do was keep the ball. You can't keep it 90% possession though, can you? We're not a team that keeps the ball very well.
The only thing I'd say about that Onana save is he sets for the dive really badly, so it's like he's not actually exploding away from his feet very well at all.
I think there are keepers in the world that would have saved it.
I think there are a lot of keepers. Looking back at it now on the replay, maybe I'm being harsh again, but I think there's a lot of other keepers that save that. I think it looks harder than it is because he doesn't really explode off his mark very well.
Yeah, it's one of them, innit, with keepers. We can never know. You just have harder to. Do you think he could have done better or not? I think it's. I don't blame him for that personally.
He's great past that, but he's got space there and time.
He's just got to score.
I think the keepers come right out. The keepers come out, but he's not on top of him. There isn't an option to go around him. You're right, look.
Could have gone right. You just got to put it in. It doesn't matter whatever you do, and this is. But it happens too much with Garnacho, with Højlund, with Xerxes. We see it where we end up saying, he should have done better there. I can see why he missed, but he should have. Realistically, you just got to score that.
Yeah.
Like there's not I can see why he missed, or I can see why it's not perfectly easy. But you just got to do whatever you do. Hit it through the keeper's legs if you have to. There's so many ways to score that chance, and in big games like this, they matter. Chances like that matter. They haven't had a chance anywhere near as good as that, and you can guarantee if they do, it'll end up in the back of the net. And you know that can cost you trophies and positions in the league. It costs you. You can't just miss them every time.
It's a long term problem, hasn't it? The lack of how clinical we are in front of the goals. It's interesting when Finn said that aesthetically pleasing, because I think aesthetically biased is when you look at Bilbao. I think they've had the best player on the pitch. That Hazard. I can't remember his
the Hazard region.
The Hazard.
I'll find him.
But it, like everything seems to have been going through him.
Yeah.
But from a United point of view, I know you and Ronnie were having a bit of a ding dong about Dorgu. I think everything's sort of been coming down that left hand side. I'd like United to try and do more down the right hand side. And I think he's definitely going to bring on some substitutions.
I think that's what you'll get from Ahmad if you bring him on.
Yeah.
I think if you took off, I know you mentioned maybe take off Højlund for him, but I think that's more aggressive than if you took off like a Lindelof.
Yeah.
Then you're setting out for another goal. If you take off a defender,
I don't like. I know we haven't got the personnel to do it, but I don't like having one attacking wing back and then one defensive wing back. It feels too easy to sort of as an opposition. Yeah. I know what they're going to do there.
Yeah. I get that, but it seems to be what Amorim likes to do is to have like kind of a lopsided pair of wing backs.
Yeah. Berenguer, the name of the player, has been very good for them. Well, certainly in that first 20 minutes looked really dangerous. We chatted about Dorgu, didn't we, a few minutes ago, Ronnie? I think he's had a dangerous half. He's done far more down that side than we have on the other side. Would you like to see a bit more from him, or do you think he's done a lot and he's played well?
Yeah, the final bit is just always a bit raw, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just a bit unclean technically, a little bit rushed. There's not a lot of belief in his final action at times, but I think everything else has been decent. I think he defends well, very rarely loses his duels, and I think he provides a good bit of like energy, legs, and a threat on the transition in behind, as he's shown.
Yeah.
He just needs to obviously clean that last bit.
And you always mention as well, I think it's a good point, how often do you see him get exposed at the back? It's so rare. Like players running past him.
He's more likely to fall asleep or be a bit passive.
Yeah.
But like in terms of like 1v1 defending and any type of physical duel, he more often not comes out on top.
Yeah, he does, and that's a great trait to have. And like that pass through to Garnacho, if you consider that a sort of final ball, it's a fantastic pass.
That's the thing. I'd be more worried if he didn't show glimpses of being able to do it, but he does. It's just about polishing it and being more consistent with his final ball. But I think a lot of it comes down to confidence at the moment. He's gone. It's such a step up, coming to United from where he's at, and obviously the step from Italian football to English football is massive. Obviously we're in Europe tonight, but a lot of it is I think confidence related. He's second guessing himself. You can see it before a lot of the executions of his final ball. But yeah, I really like what I'm seeing from him, and like
we say most of the time because it is harsh because obviously he created the chance for Garnacho, but because it was a great pass to Garnacho, so that was a good final ball. But
he only turned 20 this season.
Yeah.
He's a very young player, and he's young in terms of experience as well. He's played in his whole career 72 professional games, and
Yamal's played more than that.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I was arguing with Joel though. I was saying obviously the one where he didn't quite pick out Garnacho in the box, it weren't like an easy delivery.
And the thing is, I don't think he's making easy mistakes. I just think, like you said, he seems to lack a little bit of belief when he's the one where he's in behind and there's a chance maybe to shoot. For me, he's thinking about going down and winning the foul more than finding that far post, which is what I'd like to see. I think then we saw the cross where, again, he didn't do a lot wrong, but it's a sort of put it into an area kind of cross, and I want maybe a bit more precision than that. And then I think with the third one, which was the right-footed shot, again, it's on his weak foot. He's got a lot of men around him. He's not a striker. He's not an attacker. But I just think he didn't have either a side foot or just it seemed to me like he was, let me just hit this quick, and it looked a little bit rushed, and that I just think something that he can improve on. I think he's done the fact that he's done all of these actions, then he puts Garnacho through.
Yeah.
On the right hand side, who's even been playing right wing back?
Mazraoui.
He
can't take it on the inside in the same way. So
he's not even got into the opposition box at all.
Yeah.
So I think I'm not dissing Mazraoui, but I think Dorgu's doing a lot. That final piece will come with age.
The more confident he is, the more instinctive it will become, and naturally the final execution will be better.
Yeah,
I think it will take time.
FPL Mickle says, I'll have whatever Finn's having. I think it's because you've been a little bit confident and excited about, not excited, but not too damning of United's first half.
You know what it is? It's the olive oil.
It's the olive oil, isn't it? Well, what Finn is having is basically 4 or 5 teaspoons of olive oil a day at this stage. Fruce Lee Beats.
You won't let go of that olive oil thing, innit?
He said it.
Do you put olive oil on your pizza?
I put it on my hair.
You should put it on everything.
I do put it on my hair.
Put it on my skin sometimes.
Very rich in polyphenols.
Put it on my skin.
Polyphenol.
Do you put it on your?
From school.
I put it on my skin sometimes.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Yeah, moisturiser.
I put it on my potato skins before they go in the oven. Does that count? Starting second
Do you put
half
it on your left palm?
of the tie on par with Spurs. I don't. Oh yeah, 3-1 on aggregate.
Yeah.
Is that still 0-0 that game? Is it?
Which one, sorry?
Totters.
Yes.
Yeah. Miss Dazed One says all we needed to do was keep the ball. I read that before. Apologies for.
The analysis
for reading
says
it again.
passive Man United.
Abhinav Verma says, I've read that one as well. Poopy Snoopy, and I want your thoughts on this, Scotty. He said, and he's got 3 likes. You know Garnacho's not scoring when he goes through. Do you get the feeling that we can't trust him in those areas?
I trust him more than Hoyland.
Okay.
I'm not saying that.
That's the second time Hoyland's took some friendly fire today.
Well,
in an argument.
Which is disappointing considering that Garnacho was an out-and-out striker. But if he was through on goal, I'd have more faith in him finishing it than I would on our number 9. I don't know. You're not as confident as you would be with a Bruno. I'm not that confident with any of them.
Yeah.
To be honest, not just to single out Hoyland. I'd probably say Ahmad, Bruno, and then the rest of them are a little bit unsure whether.
I think we'll get a couple of opportunities still because they will push, and they've shown obviously with the physicality of the La Liga teams that you can get in behind him.
Yeah.
With a bit of space and obviously with a bit of pace and power, which should be provided also from Hoyland, but I've not seen that today.
No,
because Garnacho's missed earlier, but you do feel like he'll get another opportunity.
And on Hoyland, I think he had a decent game last week, even though he didn't score. I thought he looked productive and he did some good things. He's been really poor today. I think he's barely done anything whatsoever.
It's more not even on the ball. It's more just not really been involved at all.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He's a non-entity whatsoever, which isn't obviously good, especially when you're home. Now keep the ball. Ooh, that's a booking.
That was one where he's tried to kick the ball, and then he's like
complete accidental, but it's a swing through his leg, and it's.
You can hear that scream from here, though, isn't it?
Yeah, through the door. Yeah, you can, there's no malice there, but yeah. Coach Zach says, I think sometimes people can forget it can just be a good goal. No one has to be at fault. We don't have to be mad at anyone. I agree with that.
That's true, but Maguire did just give him the ball before it, so people pick the point to that.
Yeah, I mean, it was a fantastic strike. Let's give him that. Hands up for the Panther says, people having a meltdown in the chat. We're 3-1 up, you dummies. I like that as a comment.
How far behind are we? Because
10 minutes. Yastradama says, bring on the Ivorian Messi for Lindelof. I think Finn was pushing that sub as well. I like the sound of that. Slap. If we can't pass the ball 5 yards, can't beat a press and can't finish chances. Oh, sorry, we can't do any of that. But I'm hoping for a much better second half. And Mocha Joe, we're getting some opportunities on the counter. One of those needs to go in for us ASAP yet. I think it's as simple as that. We're going to get more opportunities, put one in, and we'll almost certainly through. Just the next time we get a chance, score it.
By logic, you'd expect us to get more chances because they're going to open up because they've got 45 minutes to sustain the competition, really, haven't they?
Yeah, exactly. And we have already made good chances.
Yeah, exactly. By that logic.
Yeah, exactly.
And we've not seen our Harry Maguire magic for this game.
Yeah,
that we've become accustomed to in Europe. Yeah, so scissor kick from 20 yards out.
What a moment. Nice.
That was cynical.
That's a yellow. Come on. That's
glad he got that foul there because it was a good touch, but I feel like after it, he didn't have anywhere to go.
Bruno this season's gonna level up in terms of his press resistance in tight areas. He seems so comfortable under pressure now.
Yeah, he's getting an element of another level of sort of intelligence to how he plays.
That used to be one of his few weaknesses, is kind of receiving under pressure.
Imagine he had 40 goals and assists playing for Real Madrid or someone this season. He would be in the Ballon d'Or conversation. Especially when you look at the options. I know Yamal's amazing, but Rafinha, fuck me.
Well, if
I know he's had a good season, but I saw him play for a few years at Leeds, and he was a good player. But I think if Bruno's in a winning team, in a fashionable team, I think he's in that conversation for sure.
100%.
So you think basically you feel like he should leave, huh?
No. I would rather he didn't win the Ballon d'Or playing for us.
It would be
than
nice if
winning it
we
playing for
became a
Real Madrid.
fashionable team.
Or yeah, exactly.
Win the Ballon d'Or for us.
Yeah, imagine.
Oh,
Yes. Slipped as he played it. Oh, that's
Go on.
good though. He's done well there.
played.
Almost caught that, you guy.
Yeah. It's a shame that because Euro saw the pass, but he was falling as he
Yeah,
hit it,
yeah.
and then it's just chest high
Right,
ping
he's
pong
chest.
after that, wasn't it? No subs at half time, in case anyone was wondering. As you were.
Who did we see warming up just then? Ahmad and
Luke Shaw.
Lindelof against strikers like these.
this is what I'm a bit worried about.
Well done.
I think I'd even have Mazraoui over him defending those areas out wide.
He's so featherweight in those
Yeah.
duels, man.
It's weird, isn't it? Because he's not like he's not small. He don't look like he's big into the gym though, does he? I'm not like he's tiny, but
And
he's not got
sometimes- But he just doesn't have this like inner strength. As
No.
well.
It's not. Maybe it's like a balance thing. Or
Oh, fuck if they get one.
Oh yeah, if they get the next goal, we're fucked. Absolutely
We've
fucked.
gone straight low.
They're looking good as well.
Oh, they have started well.
Yeah. That's a poor cross. Well done, Lenny.
Get rid. Can you buy a foul? Oh.
Oh, no,
Don't lose the ball.
We don't need them.
Well done, Lenny.
Get going all out, man.
Just
bit nervous
second
now.
half momentum for them that we just didn't need.
Joe Glass and ibuprofen.
We need the. You know what is all we need is what I've said is that sucker punch.
Yeah.
When they start pushing forward like this and we just break away. But that chance will likely fall to Ganacho. We just got to hope he scores this time. So,
Yeah, exactly. Because Bruno's doing a bit of everything and Højlund's doing a bit of nothing at the minute. It's only Garnacho's like in the right areas.
Bring it down.
Fucking ball down. Not a
Oh,
fucking.
for
I
God's
thought that was
sake.
going
Yeah.
towards the back
Yeah,
post
yeah.
for a second. That's not
Oh,
a foul.
come
Get
on.
up.
dive. No ways give that. Oh.
No. Has he?
You know,
What for?
He did a 3-second wound up Cruyff and just fell.
Okay, you've got to give credit to Bilbao. I've written them off.
Did it-
Being 3-0 down
Did
and
the
their
Cruyff
best
in
players
in
not being in.
installments.
Well, he did catch him in the chops.
Slaps his face a little bit.
I don't know. Like, oh, he's actually giving it.
Yeah.
Yeah. F50s, they're back.
They're disgusting, those ones.
What you like at football, Finn? Be honest.
I was techie, but I lacked
Techie.
the composure.
The reason why I ask is because whatever they say, I always dock 1 point. Because I think everyone always describes themselves
You gotta big yourself
1
up.
point better than they actually are at football.
Semi-professional.
Yeah,
As
yeah.
a kid, I was always the one that was like obsessed with watching skill videos and stuff and
Okay.
like
Ooh.
replicating all the skills, but I didn't have the fitness or the composure in the middle.
Okay, you're a cage footballer.
Yeah,
Cage warrior.
five-a-side.
You're basically Martin Odegaard.
Yeah.
Imagine Martin
But
Odegaard.
without a terminal.
Imagine Odegaard at 5-a-side.
Would he?
Won't be able to get near him.
Ooh.
He'd be good.
Like a shirky.
Yeah, unbelievable. People like Ahmad,
Yeah.
Odegaard, like them type of players.
Harry Maguire. I mean, that kind of presence.
That ilk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hazard in it. That's
Yeah.
That's the one.
Go
Ahmad
on.
though, yeah.
Oh my god.
It's a shit start to the second half. I will say that.
Oh.
Well done. That's alright. That's our ball. Did well there, Ugarte. Don't feel nice now, does it? At the moment.
As long as he don't score again.
Just want to see us look some sort of threat, because the best we looked was when we were making them worried rather than defending. We don't.
Oh, yeah,
Oh
he
my
fucking
God.
Maguire. The other pass was on for ages.
Now look at the space.
Hazard again, look.
Oh.
It, luckily. Berenguer.
Maguire needs to wake up a little bit with some of these passes.
Yeah.
Come on.
See, and then people will say like, "Oh, Dorgu's not good in like build up and that," and
put
I
in
feel
a
like the
lot of
patterns
tricky
and stuff. It's just
situations.
the wing backs just get given the ball with like two people
sort
pressing
it
him,
out.
pressing him in a corner, and it's like,
You deal with it.
yeah.
It's not convincing, is it? Even if we do go through, it's not. Are a step above Bodo Glimt, who Spurs are facing. Let's have that, right?
You think so? Yeah.
Yeah.
They ought to be.
They're still a decent team.
They're a good team. I'm not
Bodo.
taking credit, but I'm saying if out of the two semi-finals,
apparently
they had the better one.
Apparently they're like 4th in their league though.
Who?
Bodo Glimt.
Bilbao are as well, aren't they?
Yeah.
I thought Bodo like dominated Norway now.
No.
Who's the big Norway team?
Rosenborg. They are 4th, yeah.
And
What was the one we used to always get in Europe?
I think it was Rosenborg, wasn't it?
Rosenborg, yeah.
Mulder, obviously that's Ollie's team, but they're not a big
Rosenborg
team.
improved.
He won it. I think that was their first league title when he won it with them.
Maybe I'm thinking of a Danish team for Valry's.
Who?
Midtjylland's the one, yeah.
Oh my god.
Good defending, good defending.
Really
well
good.
done, yeah.
Beautiful.
Good choice as well not to go to.
Is that who Rashford scored against?
Yeah. Oh, Midtjylland.
I thought they were Danish.
The Danish, them, man.
Yeah. I think Rosenborg are like the historically the biggest team. Yeah, they're 3rd this season, but they've only played 6 games and they're 1 point off the top. So
has Sven Nijpan agreed to go anywhere yet?
I'm not sure.
Is it Villa?
How do you spell that?
I think someone's snatched him.
I can't even spell it. How am I spelling it?
SVERRENYPAN.
No, that's a fucking great ball.
Sverhalsef Nijpan.
No, I don't think so.
No.
Yeah, just a slightly discouraging start to the second half, innit?
Slightly.
10 minutes gone. The more 10-minute chunks that pass by, the closer we get.
Is that a corner?
Just looking a bit dangerous like that there. Who was it who got turned? Because Dorgu recovered it. Was it Maguire or Casemiro? I don't even know.
Likes to wait till the 60th minute to make his subs, doesn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, let's get a bit of Ahmad. Maybe just people who can keep the ball a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe find a way to get Luke
Oh,
Shaw
no.
Or I don't know.
It just felt like that's the type of volley and chance that goes in against us.
Yeah. I don't feel like Eriksen's the right player, but someone who can hold the ball and find.
These are pacey. You can't have an Eriksen coming on.
No, I agree.
We have been overrun in midfield, though, as good as Casemiro's been playing of late. That sort of double pivot.
Yeah. Just building up. Oh, come on.
A really nice player, him, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. Well done, Lindelof. Yeah, we need a little stinger to remind them that we're not just fucking sat back defending.
Yeah,
we need
we're winning
a
this
shot
game.
or
What are you
something.
doing, you bunch of...
Too much time.
We've had nothing on the break like we were getting in the first half.
No, not at all. We need a little reminder for them because they're just building momentum and building and building and building, and they're going to score at some point. He's looking the other way there. I don't know, but I think a sub is imminent.
Oh my god.
Onana seemed pretty sure there, didn't he? It always looked like he lost track of it or something, but it is Luke Shaw, yeah.
Triple change,
and
Mount.
Is it Mount
Ahmad.
and Ahmad? Yeah.
Sure.
All fair enough, I think. Yeah. Who's that got to be then? Either Lindelof or Mazraoui. Probably it's usually Ugarte.
Maybe Lindelof, Ugarte and
Højlund.
I think in Europe he's more likely to keep Casemiro on.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. And he subs Ugarte quite regularly.
Yeah.
Win that. They're just absolutely overwhelming us at the moment.
I'm hoping they tire out. They're running a lot.
Oh my god.
Back to the keeper.
You just need to get a calm head and just
Wait,
slow the
was that-
game down rather than allowing them to dictate.
I don't know
play.
if we got away with that. I don't know if that was an advantage. If I'm honest, was that when Casemiro?
I don't understand why they're trying to go like for like. Just Onana's pass out there, just slow the game right down.
I don't see it. Fucking Casemiro just. He might get subbed now because of that. I don't know how he's complaining. He just fucking wiped him out.
Boom.
Yeah.
In a bit.
It was right before the guy then just booted it to us, like the free ball. I thought.
Off, please.
No.
That's the one thing that we don't need. Are they making a sub?
No, he's just. He's only just got up from that challenge.
Was that what it is?
Yeah,
I thought he was doing his like slow walk off the pitch, but he's just recovering from the Casemiro attack.
At first, I thought he's not giving the foul for that. I was like, what? But he played advantage, but it was like the shortest advantage ever.
We got the ball back straight away.
Straight away.
We haven't made the subs just yet. Two in a row there where they've just nudged us off it in mid-air.
How
just
are they
a little bit
outstrengthening us
smaller than
suddenly?
us. Win that.
Well in.
That's
course.
Maguire bread and butter. That.
Yeah.
Imagine Maguire for like a relegation threatened side, or in like the Championship.
Yeah.
Like Maldini there.
Absolute club legend.
Right, 30 minutes from the final now.
We've still got a buffer.
Got two buffers.
But now,
There's
Who's coming on?
some NPCs. Looks like.
I feel like with these teams, NPCs can be the ones that go.
Yeah.
NPCs. So disrespectful. Especially when they win. They can't. No. Too much. Not that good, dickhead.
Oh,
fucking hell! Sorry.
It's alright, it's getting shit out of me.
Harvey, you're not a fan of him?
It's bad from you guys.
You're not a fan of him, Harvey?
Oh my god.
Because you get to watch United quite a lot, so you're not a fan. It's like Ethan would watch United probably more than you watch Newcastle. So he actually had like proper well-informed...
Ethan's strongest opinion was how much he hated Onana. He just thought
he had like really
absolute
strong,
garbage.
informed opinions of United because he's watching them week in, week out.
Watch every single game,
Yeah.
and you're watching it as a neutral as well, so you're not getting as invested in like players you like or transfers that you think are going to be good. He's not on camera giving opinions that he has to like.
So
go
it's the
back
same
on.
for Harvey.
Yeah, Harvey can
fine.
just
doesn't seem to
just
rate
say
you,
it.
can't
We've got a few.
he? Would he start for bowling?
No, let's not get silly.
Wow.
Benjamin Toppin now says you can't use logic when talking about United. That's true. Rafa D says Man United play football how I fight in my dreams.
Then surely we'd play incredibly well, no?
No.
That's the trope, isn't it? You fight amazingly in your dreams.
No, it's that you punch really slow in it.
Oh, is it?
You
No,
try
in
to
my
punch-
dreams, I'm like, I turn into
yeah.
a ninja warrior.
No, I'm the opposite. I try and punch and...
Yeah.
Mid-Toka says, speaking as a Norwegian, if we lose the European final to a Norwegian team, I'll hand in my Man United membership card. Yeah, let's hope not. Let's hope we get there first.
Let's see what Ahmad can do.
Michael Jones says, feels like everyone we play... Feels like everyone we play 1+ players than us. Yeah, we feel like we're a man down. Joshua Bowater says, Joe, did you text Ethan so we win? I sent him the screenshot. He hasn't read it. He hasn't been online since 6:30. Hope he's alright actually.
Yeah.
Someone ring him. Thank you. No, it's fine. So who were the subs, sorry?
Ahmad, what for us?
Yes.
Garnacho, I only saw Garnacho, Mazraoui.
Garnacho for Ahmad. Mazraoui for Shaw. Ugarte for Mount.
So Hoyland stayed on.
Hoyland remains.
Lindelof still on as well.
I don't think Amram knows Hoyland's playing. So he just forgot to take him off.
No, it's because there's no strike on the bench, so...
Oh yeah,
No strike on the
That's
pitch.
what saved
either
him.
that or my joke. I think it's probably that one.
Your one's funnier. Your one's the type of joke that I would have heard, secretly not acknowledged, and then tweeted it. like I made it up.
Amram only left Hoyland on because he didn't know he was playing.
That's exactly what I would have done.
Yeah, let's try and keep the ball a bit better. We've got some more ball retention. Where's Ahmad playing? Is he playing wing back? I know
Wherever
that's
he
Dorothy.
wants. Wherever he wants.
Okay, now.
Go on, lad.
Edge of the box. Edge of the box. Oh,
Poor decision, but
Bruno
Should have
was
pulled
there.
it back to
Bruno was on there,
yeah.
but already a bit more penetration.
Yeah, but that's the warning that we were talking about. We just need to show them something.
Yeah. Remind them that we're not. Where's Dorgu playing now?
I think we're all just
where he wants.
It's just
fucking. Is he playing right wing back now? And Luke Shaw's playing left wing back.
I don't know
So
what's
is
going
Ahmad
on now.
is Ahmad right wing then? Yeah, Ahmad will be right 10.
Yeah. Is that a
Oh,
foul?
come on.
Bruno's losing his head. Is he booked, Bruno? I mean, it's hardly a foul, is it? Nothing even happens. So yeah, it's Luke Shaw left wing back. The back three are the same. Dorgu's gone over to right wing back with Ahmad. Immediately a little bit of quick play between them two.
Tottenham have scored.
Have they? Tottenham have scored 4-1 on aggregate
That
now.
one's probably done.
Solanke. That'll be the end of
Is
that.
Bergvall out for the rest of the season? I've seen conflicting.
Don't know.
Reports. I know Maddison is, which is.
Oh my dear! Why has he made that look so scary? Oh no! What's he? I don't feel like he was as sure as he made that look.
He acted as though there's no way that's going in, and it only goes wide by about 6 inches.
I think he's played that off like I think I think if that's on target,
The curl of the ball almost puts that in there.
I only think that if that's on target, that goes in, and he wouldn't have realised. I swear to God.
His spatial awareness sometimes is just like, where are you? Where's your head?
Blimey.
God. Why can't we do things easy?
Tottenham are through.
Yeah, that's our ball. Is it not? Oh, don't get sent off for something like that, Casemiro. Kicked the ball there, didn't he? Not a yellow, but you don't need
Easily
to kick
could
the
be,
ball
couldn't
there,
it?
yeah. Just knocking it into the stands. Right, let's win that. Absolute sky ball. Fucking hell. Look, you got lucky there.
Yeah.
Because that's just nothing lump into the air, and all of a sudden they've almost. I mean, that should have been a free kick, really. Just needs to be a bit smarter there. You're a bit cuter. They've been doing to our strikers all night, where you just run into the back of them as they're jumping. One of them would have sorted it there, and he's ended up going around the front of him and almost losing it.
Who's coming on?
I don't know. He looks like he's got 16 goals this season in the Championship, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He's called like Adam Lambert. And he's absolutely...
I think that's a real person, isn't it?
Oh, he's the lead singer of Queen. Yeah, he is now. Yeah. Oh, fucking hell!
Oh, nice.
Right.
Come on.
Hold on, Ahmad. It's nice just having like a bit
getting
more
on
of a
that?
safe pair of hands with Ahmad, isn't it?
Yeah.
That didn't right for me.
Surely not.
25 minutes.
There he is, look.
Adam Lambert coming on.
Absolutely smashing him in for Blackpool this season.
Who?
Adam
That
Lambert.
striker looks like one of those like English Championship strikers that gets you like 19 goals a season.
He does. He fully looks like a striker for a good Championship League One side. He does it. They all look like that. You look at his stats: 15 goals in 37 games or something like that. Like something
For
steady.
Sheffield Wednesday.
Yeah.
Come on, can we be a bit
Oh, nice.
And again, overlap.
Oh my god. Holy shit. He's just not very good at football.
Finn, you have to believe in the youngsters. He's still young, so.
Unbelievable from Lindelof there.
22 now.
Why is it? Why you've won the ball comfortably? Why do we have to have a tackle as your third touch?
Lindelof decided, let me try and give a foul away, get booked and assist them at the same time.
Yeah, all in one go. Oh, that hurts. That, you know,
mate.
That type of stuff they check in Europe, man. That type of tackle.
Yeah. Luckily, his foot didn't roll over the top of the ball. He did kick it cleanly. Surely they're not. It hurts that they can see.
The longer he's on the floor, the more they're likely they are to look.
Yeah. Yeah, he kicks him. What a pointing to his leg. Yeah, he kicked him.
You should have worn
bigger shin pads next week.
That would have hurt though. But
yeah, it definitely hurts. Yeah.
Oh,
that would really hurt.
That would have hurt. Studs, those.
Yeah.
know what's the worst for like any type of like ankle, toe, shin
Kicking the
contact
side of
on the
someone's
studs now is during the winter months playing football.
Yeah.
Oh my god, studs feel like knives when they hit
Yeah.
your legs at that time of year.
Yeah.
Even just getting slapped by a ball in the leg when it's proper cold.
I didn't notice it. Like if you look at my like ankles, shin and feet, it's just a bunch of like scars.
Is it?
Yeah. And I thought it was decent at riding challenges.
Look at that leap. It's not even a leap.
Oh.
It's like a little boing.
Yeah.
With Ahmad, it's like
little what?
Same as like
it just like
João
lifts off.
Neves or a Kante where they don't
Like
have the
yeah,
height, but
like a Mario Brothers sort of
It's
fucking
like
bounce.
when everyone else jumps, it's like jump, and he just
you
like,
almost
lifts.
expect to hear the sound effect with it as well.
Is this the first time Luke Shaw's played wing back since he came back? Look at that.
I think he had like 15 minutes against someone.
Keep the
there.
ball. Right, who's the layoff?
Go on, Euro.
Lay him off. Ooh.
It's always a detail.
The
isn't it?
line was right, he just overhit
Yeah.
it. Bruno,
Go on,
Luke.
Ooh.
Is there anyone-
Better,
man.
Luke Shaw's desperate for that to go out.
I might have been bright at least when he's come on.
Yeah, Ahmad's looked really sharp.
Yeah, he has. Forget
how quick he
20 minutes to go.
If that was the right ball from Euro,
That's a good block. Yeah. Just over.
he did well to get up.
He's
there
not
and-
nervous around the box, is he?
No, he's
Or
really
is he-
comfortable
yeah.
pushing up.
Yeah, he is. It's good.
Bless you.
Bless you. Are you a big sneezer?
Yeah.
Sphincter.
Big into it. He's 81.
You know when you meet someone who's like a big sneezer?
Nothing
though,
silly,
they're always doing
please.
Oh,
lots
Linda
of, like,
Loft.
8 or 9 sneezes.
Jesus Christ.
Lindelof there. That was.
I knew it would happen as well.
Yeah.
Press.
What a great pass, but the header. Fucking hell. 20p.
Well, we
Stay on your feet, Cass. I don't care. I don't care. He got the ball. Stay on your feet, man.
I like it.
He's gonna miss time one and then put us in the shit, man.
Nice.
He's just fucking pass it. It's not a hard pass.
Go on, Ahmad. Beautiful.
Yeah.
So good.
No one's there.
Mount. Oh, it's too high.
Is it going?
I thought he was getting on that.
Whip one in.
Oh, if I was going to
Go on, Euro. Go on.
Nice.
Go on.
Fantastic.
Shocked, man.
That's it. Mason Mount. 4-1 on aggregate. That might do it.
Oh,
Brilliant from Lenny Yoro.
That reminded me.
So good from Euro.
Yeah.
Brilliant from Mount. That was the Mainu
Sorry, I gave you a
versus
whack there.
Wool at Liverpool. There was a replica of one of Mainu's goals. Which
Yeah,
one was it? Was it
the
Liverpool?
swivel and the Liverpool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant finish. And good to see him getting on the score sheet as well, twice in a week. Oh, thank God for that. Thank God for that. Tottenham are 2-0 there.
Awesome.
Ahmad, good work. Unlucky with the cross. And then Yoro here, just after you said before how comfortable he is in these areas. A little bit of a dummy there. Driving into the box. Lovely pass from there. There's a
Couldn't turn and finish. It's brilliant.
It's fucking Makeda. That's what it is.
That's exactly like
It's
Makeda's
Makeda's goal.
Federico, you know.
Oh, that's lovely.
Channeling is in a Federico.
What a finish.
Great finish.
goal.
Well done.
How many centre backs are getting in that position and being that comfortable on the ball?
Yeah.
And getting the assist for
At
that?
19 as well.
Sweet,
Or 20.
sweet goal.
19? 20?
Yeah. Let's have a look.
Yeah, I think you're right. You might have just.
He's 19.
Oh.
Brilliant.
Wonderful stuff.
Oh, I feel so.
Yeah,
That's really
I feel so different now.
Let it feel lighter.
Oh my God. I feel so different. What a feeling that is. That's the most relief I've felt from a goal in fucking ages. That.
I had a really
I had
good.
like a knot in my chest there for the last 20 minutes. Nice.
It wasn't until Ronaldo elbowed me in the face.
Sorry, but
It's alright, I'm into it.
Well done, Mason Mount. Good sub as well.
Yeah, all 3 subs have.
There's some good moves before the goal, wasn't it? To say
there was.
it wasn't like a freak occurrence. It was coming.
Ahmad, you just see the difference instantly, don't you?
Yeah.
Every time he
He's
gets the
just a
ball,
fucking-
it's just a completely different level to.
Fucking hell, lads.
Let's keep.
Oh my god.
My
Let's
Who's
keep
that?
on.
Who's that doing that?
Adam Lambert. No, it wasn't.
It was put it wide.
David Nugent. I don't know.
Yeah,
David Nugent.
Oh, it's a little. It's a good cross as well.
Ooh.
That's a really good bit of play from him because he could easily lose his head there, but he finds his striker.
He likes
Well
Mount,
done,
doesn't he,
Mason
Amarim?
That's the same kid. That
Yeah.
was Ryan, wasn't
Right, your job today is to find that kid.
Yeah.
Why? Do you want him to do that?
Well, he's, every time we United play, he's on camera.
Me
They're trying to make a little celeb out of him, aren't they?
Yeah.
That'd be cool though, wouldn't it? Going to school the next day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at the composure.
Oh,
It's
Lenny.
gorgeous.
Ahmad wanted to let that run so much, but he just knew there wasn't enough power on it.
He can't live with the kid.
No, he's too
Stand
much.
him up. Alright, let's see
He just
first.
goes past people so well as well, doesn't he?
Need him to be fit for the final.
Yeah,
Yeah,
take him off again
definitely.
now. Take him
Go on,
off.
Mason.
Wrap him in bull wrap.
I know he's not started a game and he's not fully integrated, but is this the longest that Mount stayed fit for at United?
Feels
'Cause he's
like
been
it.
fit for pushing 2 months now. Like,
But has he been playing for?
no, he hasn't been playing for all of it, but I mean, as in just like not sustaining an injury
Yeah.
for X
Yeah.
amount of weeks.
I think
It's
so.
nice to see. I know
It's
he's
really good,
he's
yeah.
playing 20 minutes here, 30 minutes there, but I feel like he's actually been back from his injury for quite a while.
Yeah,
now.
Amarim's been quite vocal, hasn't he, about not rushing players back
Yeah.
to get repeated
One
injuries.
of Amarim's biggest strengths is rotating the squad.
Yeah.
His numbers at Sporting, they had like the least injuries in Europe across the big 5 or 6 leagues.
I mean, that was one of the many criticisms under Ten Hag. Like as soon as they're back from injury, straight into the starting 11, injured again.
Yeah, I think actually the longest run he had was between September 23 and April 25, where he stayed fit for a few months. But other than that, March the 14th he came back from this one, and so we're pushing 2 months since then. Is pretty much the longest he stayed fit for since he's been at United. It's amazing that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Great to see. So hopefully he can become a
Lenny Euro's a
important
super
piece.
talent. isn't he?
Yeah.
So good. He's exactly what he was touted to be.
Yeah.
Before he joined.
It's amazing as well. Like, he's 19.
Yeah.
He's the age of some of these. Like he's younger than Fredrickson, and yet Fredrickson feels like,
Yeah.
a kid, and
Yeah.
Euro's like, just a starting
is
player. for
strange,
Man
that.
United.
Think about someone like Saliba, who was, he was named the Mbappe of centre-backs when he was coming through. And even he wasn't ready to play first-team football at Arsenal till he'd had 2 loan spells and he was 20 or 21 till he got in the team.
Yeah.
It's so rare to see this happen.
Yeah. No, it's amazing. And yeah, you don't even think about him, do you? I don't have to think of him as a raw talent,
No.
a youngster who's going to come good. Obviously, I think he'll improve, but he's already just a starting quality Man United player.
I think he's our best centre-back right now.
If you look at how much has come on since he's been there, that game against Southampton where he sort of ran ragged out on the wing, to his composure and belief in his own ability as well, and that's being repaid by the manager.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think if we look at the Martinez injuries that have been a blessing, it's that Euro's been able to get a lot more game time.
Well done,
And really
Mason
cement
Mount.
that
Great
side,
tackle.
really.
Great tackle. Fuck off.
Get up, you man. That was very cartoon.
Yeah, it's good that.
Switch.
Look at this, look. Look at this.
Where's Ahmad?
Just between the lines.
He's on.
Bruno's on. He's on still.
Ahmad?
They're just taking
The
a
little
piss now,
I
lads.
thought he was going to do the little...
Get back.
What is
Stay on your feet, fucking hell!
What's he doing? Take him off. Take him off.
What are you doing that for?
Because people are saying, "Oh, he's winning the ball." I don't
No,
care.
if he just
He's
dinks
gonna-
that over
I know.
him, he's out for the fucking final. What's the point?
Let Cass,
It's
man.
fucking no.
Chill out.
That's just.
You can't tell a 5-time Champions League winner to stay on his feet.
He hasn't won that for us though, has he?
Shh. No, he's gonna add one more
He's
thing.
got
to
another
it.
season to do it in. If
Hey, he
doesn't
got-
Is
do
he
it.
giving a foul there? Oh, Bruno got
He's
fouled.
got he got a yellow.
Okay, good.
Nunes, Darwin.
Charles Darwin.
Yeah. Hazard's not happy.
Oof.
No, he's not.
Is he? Where's he from? Is he Spanish? Is he,
I would guess so.
Oh, they are. Yeah.
But do they?
No, but did they not buy players from like other places into the club? I know they don't sell them.
No.
No.
They only play people from. But is that?
That's
Do you have to have been born in the Battery region or grown up there or family from there?
It's not like Ireland of the 90s, where Jack Charlton was just going around all of Europe and saying he got an Irish cousin.
Mainu and Amas about to come on.
Oh right, okay. So for instance, Inaki Williams, who was born in Bilbao but plays for Ghana now.
Yeah.
So but obviously he's
But
born in
he's-
Bilbao,
yeah,
so
yeah.
that counts. Okay. That's mad, innit? That you can sustain like I think they've won like a fair few cups and titles and stuff as
It's
well.
not like it's a huge region.
Are they the only team in the Basque region? Like only?
No.
Yes!
There we go.
You want to take him off? Take him off, dickheads!
Stay on your feet.
I completely missed that.
There we go. That's it.
There
Tie
you
over.
go.
We're going to Bilbao. Yes, lads. 5-1 on aggregate. Casemiro. Good lad.
Beautiful stuff.
Good stuff, that innit? That's good stuff. Come on.
You wanted to take him off.
No, I didn't know.
Yeah.
He said take him off. I said stay on your feet.
Well, he used his feet and got a header.
He did. Used his feet to jump.
Oh, he loves
Look at that.
Yeah, he's been our. Would you say he's been our best player this year? This side of Christmas?
I'd say Bruno, but
Oh,
he's
yeah,
up
suppose
there.
Bruno,
He's up
yeah.
there, yeah. He's been really good. Most improved for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
That's a
Oh,
fucking
so
good header, that, you know.
Why is he so good in
That's
the
a
box?
good header, that. That's not easy at all. It's his
Oh.
shoulder piece, isn't it?
Wow.
He done it at his arm, was it?
No.
It's
did
his
he
shoulder,
get?
isn't it?
Yeah,
Shoulder.
yeah.
Oh, wow, that takes a real talent to give that.
Yeah, to close your eyes.
Not many people can do that.
He's trying to get his head down it, but he can't get lower
Yeah,
enough.
yeah,
and it
yeah.
just
It's
hits
like,
his
I was
shoulder
just
instead.
like, cheeky.
Little pop on it. Brilliant.
Greg.
Popovich.
LFA.
Go on.
That was mental, that.
He wants that Europa League winners medal
He does.
to hang just above all the
So
Champions
how
League.
many is it? Is it 5 Champions League counts for 1 Europa League, isn't it?
Yeah,
if you were
I'd
sort of
say
to melt them down, I think
that's-
he would trade all 5 of those in for 1 Euro.
That's the exchange.
It probably
rate
mean
these
more.
days.
It probably mean more to him.
Yeah, winning them
The way-
winning
That's the
Champions
going rate.
League with Real Madrid.
Yeah.
No,
I could have won
isn't
3.
difficult. Yeah, there you
The thing
go.
is,
What
these
was it
big
called?
players come to us and then, like Varane's left and he talks about United more than he talks about Madrid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I feel as though when
they
you're at
come here and they
Madrid,
love it.
Go on, lad. Yes.
Does that imply a little bit though that he's a bit of a big fish in a small pond at United?
I don't think you can call Varane or Casemiro. Oh, what at United?
Yeah.
No.
I'm not. I don't think we're a small
I know what
pond,
you're
but at the
saying,
minute,
but-
like
Yeah, I get
you
what you're
know,
saying.
at
but I
Real
still-
Madrid, you've got Benzema, Ronaldo, Modric,
Yeah.
you know, everyone.
Yeah.
Ramos, and then here you come in and
No, he's. I think
16th.
he's just a normal sized fish in a dirty pool.
Yeah, that sounds like my dream.
Wouldn't he die?
Not really.
No, some fish like
some
dirt.
fish
Have you ever
do
seen a
that.
catfish? Dirty little fuckers they are.
Have we used all our subs? Is that?
Huh?
It's nice catfish. You ever eaten it?
Delicious. I had a blackened catfish in Florida.
Yeah.
One of the best fish dishes. One of the best fish mish I've ever had.
I don't think I've ever had.
Fish mish.
Catfish. It's rare catfish.
I don't think I've ever had.
I don't think you get it in England very often. Where did you have it?
What it taste like?
Vietnam, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vietnam.
I'm not a big seafood guy.
Are you not?
I'm
It's
like,
a river. It's
I'm
a
like a
river fish,
grizzly
isn't it?
bear.
It's
What?
You, like
You
a
eat
grizzly-
salmon and that's
Just
it?
salmon.
Yeah.
Oh.
Do you like a prawn?
No.
See, already the conversation's nicer, isn't it? We're talking about Ronaldo comparing himself to a bear. We're talking seafood.
If you
We're
see me,
talking shellfish. Do you not eat a prawn?
no.
Wow.
I got food poisoning from curried prawns when I was younger. So,
Never go back.
Do you eat curry?
do people ever? Yeah, but do people ever eat like things that have given them food poisoning?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, or is it like is it a common response to
It is
kind of-
common for people to be put off it, especially for a while. I didn't eat pistachios for about 3 or 4 years after. They didn't give me food poisoning, but I ate so many that I was sick.
You got sick, okay, yeah.
And I just didn't.
Pistachios are like that. You can eat about 6 kilograms of them.
Yeah, I got a 2 kilo
Oh.
bag for Christmas, or a 1 kilo bag from like a depot, and I ate so many I
I've ever
threw
had
up.
food poisoning.
Oh!
Oh,
Sorry.
mate.
Oh.
It's too much.
Still going.
All it takes is a 5-1 lead, and United can start turning it on. Unbelievable what a bit of confidence could do. Honestly, this table was getting flipped if Hamas had put it in there. Jesus. Oh. This is
Hold your
nice.
horses. Playing a bit of footy.
Oof. It's a great cross.
Come on.
Go on, Dorgo.
What he did then is just completely everything that Joe was talking about before about the tentativeness. Yeah. Like the half.
That was a foul.
Oh God.
6 minutes.
Thank God for that
Do
goal.
you reckon we're through?
I think we might be through. Europa League final, eh?
United Spurs.
I hate that so much.
I hate it so.
They've moved their fixture as well, haven't they now?
Yeah, to Friday. Ours was on Friday anyway, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We were going to have 2 extra days, but...
Yeah. I don't get that with the Champions League. Do you know how one week you play on the Tuesday and the next week you play on the Wednesday? So, in that Arsenal tie, they had 8 days between the... They had 3 games in 8 days. And Inter and Barca had 3 games in 6 days. Why did they switch it around?
Look at him go.
Pathetic.
Go on, Lenny.
Go on, overlap.
Yes!
Yes!
Kid wow, forgot he was playing.
Hoyland with the third and Ahmad. It's all Ahmad. It's all Ahmad.
Playing, man.
Ahmad Diallo.
It's all Ahmad. That isn't
Take
it?
the selfie time.
Go on. It's all Ahmad there. That extra touch to have that dribbling ability, to have that confidence. Yeah. Unbelievable. Because when that ball gets to the touchline there, most of the United players, it's just going out in it.
Yeah.
Let alone an accurate pass to put your striker with an open net from a yard out. Fucking brilliant.
6-1 on aggregate against Spain's
Amram
fourth
fuming.
best team.
Amram looks absolutely furious.
Euro again though.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. Brilliant. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
Does Euro dummy that, or is it just not go near him? If he dummies
I think
it,
he...
Through his
dummy
leg.
it, he
through
just
his
pulls
legs.
his leg out. Yeah.
You might not get the assist for that now, you know. That's how they do it, don't they?
Because there's
Because there's a flick, he won't
Really?
get it. Nah,
No.
he won't get it. That won't get logged.
Damn.
That's because Garnacho had one where Garnacho had an assist to Ahmad against Liverpool that wasn't
Got chalked off.
because it took a slight
Yeah.
tightest little bit
yeah,
touch
it
off
flicked
Kanate.
off,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it Kanata, did you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the Garnacho one where he cut it back to the edge, wasn't it? Bastards. But yeah, brilliant from
Ahmad
Ahmad.
this season has been really impressive. Isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. Because he's...
He's been out for how long?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Way.
Let's have another, shall we?
6-1. Battering.
You know.
They're a good team, you know. They're top 4 in Spain.
I know.
6-1 on aggregate.
Yeah. Weird, isn't it?
Do you think this flatters us a bit? I know we probably dominated more in the second half.
Because we could have scored.
Yeah.
We
Yeah, we
built-
could have done.
I think we built the chance for this to happen in the first leg, didn't we?
Yeah.
Because once we got one goal tonight,
Yeah,
they were
they
going to
were-
just
yeah,
lose
yeah,
it,
yeah.
lose it a little bit, which they did. RP says park the bus. Yeah, I agree. Just play it safe now. Paul Madison says, good to see Mason Mount finally finding his United legs at the perfect time.
Yeah.
He and Ahmad are the keys to the rest of the season. Playmakers they are.
In terms of suitability for the system, they're both fantastic.
Yeah, exactly. Mod98 says, or MOD98, crazy difference when our good players are on. Yeah, that's a good point. It's no, shock horror.
It's almost as if, yeah.
Yeah, it's almost as if having better players makes you play better. Not that, I know that's exactly what you're saying. Nick Collins says, I know he's on 350 grand a week, but can we just let Casemiro stay until the end of his contract next year? I feel he deserves it now. This is what we do. We are sentimental, and we give Matic a 3-year deal. We give Eric Bailly a new deal. Let's let him leave with a bit of dignity, maybe. I think he will stay now, to be honest.
Yeah.
But again, he's been impressive for the last 2 or 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
the exchange between Amarin and Casemiro when they came off as well, you just sort of you see the bond between them.
Yeah. And he can be big, especially for games like this. For this final, did he go off then, Casemiro? Did you say?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Who did he come off for? Maino. I didn't see that. Going back to the Newcastle Carabao Cup final, Casemiro's presence and just performance in that game, I felt like he was never going to lose that game. And obviously we don't know what's going to happen in Bilbao against Tottenham.
But there are players that
sometimes
just don't lose in these games.
Sometimes it makes a difference, that sort of thing. Those sort of players.
Yeah.
Having a Casemiro.
It's a Wednesday.
Yeah, I know.
21st.
It's annoying. Every game in the Europa League
You can't even get drunk properly after it.
I know.
No, you can't.
Well, I am.
Because that's if you get win or if you lose.
I'd like to formally hand an invite to all three of you to come on the watch along for that, by the way.
No, thank you.
Feel free to let me know when you want. But
are you doing the?
I want to get everyone in.
Are you doing the thing? But we did it. We had the. When it was Europe final, we had it upstairs and we had like 7 people on at once.
That's the plan. That'd be good. We're going to get a load of people in and have it as a bit of a
like a
carousel party atmosphere.
Carousel.
People coming in and out.
Oh yeah.
It's going to be great. But
yeah, that sounds good.
Love it. Great stuff. Joe McGrath said, I asked him and he said, it's a soft pencil. He's got different gradients of pencil depending on how sure he is whether he's going to come or not. I asked him to come. He's going to be on the watch log on Sunday, and I went, "Can you do the watch log on Sunday?" He went, "It's a hard pencil."
Is Adam there? Is Adam going to be here?
Talk, it?
No, I think.
Or is he in?
I think
is
they're
he
going
at
to
Bilbao?
Bilbao, yeah.
Oh yeah, Bill. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll have a lot of coverage from
Steve's
outside
not going,
the stadium and.
Or did he say what? I don't know.
Spain.
Is Steve going or was that a joke?
I don't know. With Steve, you never know, do you?
Oh, that's beautiful.
You might watch it.
Oh,
at home.
We're playing some proper football.
Good for and again. Oh! Thought he was going to get through there. Why?
I'm a little bit scared every time Mount goes into a full sprint.
Yeah, he's like, slow down, lad. Just push yourself 2 minutes.
Discombobulate. Garnacho should not start the final. So now we've got a good problem on our hands.
Yeah.
Because as you always say, Ronaldo, one of the thing about Garnacho is he misses so many chances because he's so good at getting chances.
But for some reason, when he's coming off the bench, he scores most of those.
Do you reckon we can trial it from a front three of Mount, Garnacho and
Ahmad or
Holland?
I like that.
Yeah.
Dorgo on the right and then
go on, Mason, left foot.
Oh my God!
On the weak foot as well. Mason
I was about to say you should pass.
Mason Mount.
The pass was
45 yards out, and that is that. Fucking hell.
Beautiful.
Go on. 7-1 on aggregate. I did not see.
That's special.
Before this tie started, if you'd have told me it was 7-1 on aggregate, I think we were in for the worst 2 weeks of our lives.
Yeah.
I cannot believe we've done this. It's really, really good. Massive for him as well. What is it? 3 goals in a week.
Yeah.
Well done. Finally.
What a ball from Amas.
Yeah,
That was
great
beautiful.
pass. Oh. Good touch, and that's not easy. That on your weak foot, that is not easy at all. That because he doesn't even have a run up. He's taking it basically on a 1-step shot, and just sort of
gorgeous,
beautiful strike. Beautiful strike.
Yes,
this is it.
He's pinged it.
He's pinged it.
Yeah, he's pinged it into the back of the net.
Fucking brilliant, man. I need to stop squealing though. Like that's a.
No, it's good.
What? Do you like it? No, I didn't. Nah, forget it.
Full time.
Yes.
There you go. Manchester United 4, Athletic Bilbao 1, 7-1 on aggregate. United into the Europa League final where they will face Tottenham Hotspur of all people. What a mad run it's been in this competition. Unbeaten just every single step of the way. The whole competition, United haven't lost yet. And there's one game to go. Finn, describe the night and just how you're feeling after getting to the final.
Can't ask for much more than that, can you?
Yeah.
But as euphoric as that was, now I'm instantly scared.
Yeah, yeah, we can be scared now. Let's enjoy it for a few more minutes.
Yeah.
There's one of the options on the table on the 21st of May is a nightmare, isn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't it? Ronaldo 4-1. matching the sort of the score of the first game in terms of winning by 3 goals, 7-1 on aggregate.
I thought that last 25 minutes after the Amorim subs, big credit to Amorim, because I think the game changed on them substitutions.
Yep.
And since that, some of the football and fluidity and the intensity we played with, it's like a complete different game from the previous 60. And Bilbao just couldn't hang with us that final 30 minutes. Physically, technically, that was brilliant. Imagine us being good like that, like every game, most game, all week. It'd just be be a better life. Because that was so fucking fun.
We play
that final 30 was fun.
Dejected Bilbao every single week. Scotty, we thought we would be through. There was a few cagey moments-ish when they got the goal back. Comfortable in the end.
Yeah, there was a bit of a hiccup, wasn't there? A bit of a plot twist at the beginning, but I think when the second half came around and made the substitutions, it just shows what Manchester United are capable of when they have their better players on the pitch, as you'd expect. I think I'd be more worried going into the final against Spurs if we only had the first half players available to start with. But you look at when you brought Ahmad on, complete and utter game changer. I think, and not only from what he brought to the game, it was his impact on everybody else around him. So I thought Casemiro sort of stepped up. I think Bruno was pushing forward, and the second half we completely annihilated him. They took their foot off the gas. But as I said to you, when Ruben Amorim joined Manchester United, Joe, he's going to win the Europa League this year, and it looks like that's what we're going to do.
Well, there's one big game left yet, obviously. Stay where you are. We'll be back for the full review in just a few minutes, dissecting exactly what United saw, what we saw from Man United tonight, what we can expect in that final as well, looking ahead to that. Thank you, Finn. Thank you, Ronaldo. Thank you, Scotty. Thank you to everyone at home. United into another final. What's this, the 4th final in 3 years for Manchester United? Yeah. Not bad for the worst run in United's history, is it?
Do you want some red sorrel?
Yes, please.
No.
See you in a bit.